Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Thursday, June 16th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge expects sunny skies with a high of 95. Government taco, where our pickled onions always make a taco wet. Remember, you can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or you can watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. It is Thursday. Here in the studio, it's June 16th, 2022. Summer is rolling right along, and the boys are here for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You're on your way to work. Maybe you're on your way to some sort of camp. Maybe you're a cool kid and you're at like sleepaway camp right now, but you're listening to OTB on your phone or something because you got great taste in morning show entertainment. Well, cool, man. I hope sleepaway camp's going great.
Maybe you're going to summer school.
Yeah, which we support you, okay?
We do. We're here for you.
Remember, one class and clear, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's never about what you did yesterday. It's only about what you do today, tomorrow, and going forward. Focus on the task at hand, and we believe in your ability to get out of summer school going into the future. And if you're at sleepaway camp, have fun, man. Very formative time, right? Who doesn't have great? Did y'all ever go to sleep? I never went to so my sister always went to Camp Skyline, which was very much your traditional, we're at the lake, we're doing blob stuff, we're doing ski. Yes, it was just like that. I never did that. Mine were always sports camps, be it maybe like UNC basketball.
Right.
I remember an Auburn football camp back in the day under Tubbs, Senator Tuberville, which, sheesh, still crazy. But anyway. Very formative memories at these things, man. I'll never forget spending an entire week starting to experiment with curse words and flipping the middle finger to people, and then going home and tearfully admitting my sins to my mother, who obviously did not think it was that big of a deal for me to be as torn up about it as I was, and basically was just like, maybe go pray. Maybe just go pray a little bit. You'll feel a little better. What about you, Jake? Any sleepaway camp memories for you?
No, I didn't have anything like that. Didn't really go to sports camps either growing up. So my parents' schedule was very unique. They both worked graveyard shift growing up.
Oh.
So they worked the 11 to 7.
Damn.
So they actually, they'd be home, so we didn't have to go to camps. My grandpa would come, and he'd just sleep at the house and sleep over. Now, they didn't do it, my entire upbringing, but for a majority of it, they did. So we didn't have to necessarily go to camps because mom and dad were home. Now, they looked like they worked 11 to 7. You get up around noon, and you could tell they're still struggling a little bit.
Tough life.
We had practice. We had different things we had to go to. So that was my summer camp.
What about you boys? Any summer camp memories?
As a kid, I didn't go to too many camps. I went to Pete Jenkins' defensive line and linebackers camp in high school.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
That was it.
Dip and rip.
Dip and rip. Been
Yep.
the ring. What do you call it when you run around the ring? You know when you got to dip and you're running around the ring. What do they call it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't think
Yeah,
it's called bend the
no,
ring.
it's not. That's what I'm saying. But it's called bend. Like, how do we not know what it's called?
I was good at that because I was short.
Like Mario should tell us. He went to the camp.
We should know what that is called. Either way, Danny, what about you? Any summer camps?
Bunch. I went to like every Brother Martin camp that
Okay.
Brother Martin
Hell yeah.
offered. Did for like football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and youth camp as well.
Any
So-
co-ed camps? See, I never got to do co-ed camps. I always was very jealous of all my friends who did. They would come back to school from summer with all kinds of crazy stories about making out and just all sorts of shenanigans that I was never privy to.
I went to like the youth Christian camps. Nothing
Hey,
like-
that plays. I don't know, though, dude. I mean, as someone who has been on some of those spiritual retreats, yes, you get enough young and but what's the word when you're going through pubescent? I guess you get enough young and pubescent kids together. I don't care if the background is a church setting. People are going to find out things in life and how it all works. So, shout out to everybody currently going through those formative journeys as we sit up here in our 30s talking about LSU football on June 16th. How's everyone feeling today, though, Jake? You feeling good?
Yes. Feeling good. It's kind of that time. It's that time of year where a lot of people in our business, they actually don't like it. They don't look forward to it. You know, they're struggling to find something to talk about. But I really feel like this is when we thrive. I feel like this is a sweet spot for us.
Yeah, we're okay.
We're sports-ish, if you will, at times. And so, like, right now, like, it's just another day for us. And we got a lot of stuff that we're bringing back today. We're doing a lot of fun stuff today. So I actually genuinely, like, not lying to you, I'm excited about today's show.
I mean, this coffee I am drinking, I don't know what the person at Starbucks did to this morning, but it tastes like I'm drinking soap. But I need the caffeine so badly that I keep drinking it, but I think I'm starting to get heartburn from it. I have no idea. It's
Where'd you
happened
get
once
the Yeti
before
from?
in my life. I think this is my wife's Yeti.
Maybe, you know.
I feel like through the years I've accumulated like 7 or 8 of these things. and I just
Well,
kinda
maybe
keep
you
in
have some
rotation.
Dawn soap like at the bottom and you didn't know, and when you transferred it.
I poured it in the Yeti because it tasted so bad in the plastic cup. Yeah, no. So it is not. But that's actually a very logical deduction, I would say, by you. But I do know for a fact that was not.
Maybe
the
the person at Starbucks is more of an AFR fan. They said, "Ha, watch this."
I would be
Pumped a little
devastated,
soap in there.
given that I go there basically every morning about 5 a.m. and I feel like we're getting close with the rotating cast of characters. But yeah, I don't know. Weird start to the morning. So if I drop dead or anything, it's probably because I've been drinking some sort of poison all morning and not fully realizing. Mari, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing well, man. I'm awake as hell, down with all
Okay.
things Tampa Bay. Like I was saying before the show, I saw Chauncey Gardner's talking about him, which we'll talk about during the show. The Breakers are playing Tampa Bay in the playoffs this weekend. The Lightning are in the Stanley Cup Finals. I hope they all lose.
Wow, yeah, that's true. Well, the Lightning did lose last night, NHL Finals Game 1, 4-3 in overtime. Looks like that was a really fun game. If you are paying attention to hockey, what about you, Daniel? How are you doing today? You very excited? Bit of senioritis today?
Oh yeah, I feel fantastic. Woke up this morning knowing that I'm going to be in Miami later today. So yeah, can't wait.
Solo to Miami? Anybody going with you?
Yeah, I got friends in Miami, so
Okay.
I'll meet them.
Okay.
Bringing
So-
sand to the beach, huh?
So what happens here? So you show up, you land in Miami. Do your friends pick you up? Do you Uber to them?
Well, the airport's really far from like where they live, so yeah, I usually Uber.
Okay, so you Uber to them, and then are these male or female friends?
Both.
Okay. So what do you? How did y'all meet? How did you get in with this Miami crew? Did you know them originally, or did you meet them in your sojourns to South Beach?
So I met some of them in South Beach, but one of them was a friend of my family. So like the first time I ever went to Miami, I hung out with him, and then from him, and branched out to other.
And then
meeting
Tom,
up.
I'm curious here, so bear with me because I'm wondering, is this like a very warm friendship here? Like when they see you, is everybody like, "Hey, Danny!" Like everyone's like all hyped up, like, "Let's go!"
Yeah. Every time I'm in Miami, it's a good time. So.
That's nice.
I hope they call
That
him.
makes me
I
very
hope they
happy.
call him Benny. And I know that's just something that Dev calls
Yeah,
him.
it's only it's
but
only Hold
he
the
looks
Mayo.
like a Benny.
Would shout out Hold the Mayo. I think he finally got that Mayo sponsorship. Hasn't eaten Mayo since 1998. Now sponsored by Blue Plate, I believe. So good on him. I know we've been trying to get our guy. Everybody needs to support Hold the Mayo's work because he does great work. That's good for you, Danny. I'm very happy. I hope you enjoy the clubs. Happy hunting, and travel safe. Don't do anything I want to do, which I'll leave that up to your interpretation. And enjoy South Beach.
So everything's on the table is what he's
Everything's
saying.
on the
No. There's a
Literally
couple things-
everything.
There's a couple things that are not, but yes, a lot. I gave you free reign to do essentially whatever you want.
You saw him at Hogs.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still paying for that.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm getting through that a
Yeah.
bit.
Go see Pitbull's bar. It's nice. It's on South Beach.
Well, Danny doesn't like Pitbull.
I know. He needs to stop frowning on Pitbull,
I know.
especially if he's in Miami.
He's literally saying that Pitbull isn't Latin enough for him. Pitbull, not Latin enough for the Latin community. Just because he has a
Mario
little
knows
mainstream
what I'm talking
success.
about.
Go see his bar.
What?
Danny.
Just
That's all
because too
I'm
many
saying.
white people enjoy his music, Danny? Just because he's a little too Mr. Worldwide for you and not Mr. Latin America? I mean, he's Mr. Worldwide. Of course he's going to make music that appeals to everyone.
It's catchy music, and that playoffs commercial was cool.
It doesn't mean I don't agree on the
That's the
playoff
reason Mario
commercial.
likes
I think the playoff commercial was kind of awful, but that's neither here nor there.
Agree to disagree, bro.
We will talk a little NBA Finals tonight as we are going into Game 6 here. Steph Curry trying to complete his own legacy infinity gauntlet if he can finish this thing out here. But let's start with some local stories, and let's be painfully clear about this. The local slate today is, in terms of like newsy items, there are some things, but it's relatively light. I think there's some great CD Deuce sound that I do want to get to. But let's start with a little bit of what happened in Saints minicamp yesterday. So according to reports, Chris Olave had his best day yet, right? And you like hearing that. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into this because it's not like – it's weird, Jake. In minicamp, you make like 2 plays, 3 plays, and it's like, oh, snap, dude, that was a good day. But, I mean, you got limited reps, and he did. In his limited reps, he made 2 or 3 really good plays. So you love hearing that Chris Olave did well. Marshawn Lattimore turned in his second clean sheet in a row. Good, obviously. He's a top 5 corner in the NFL. It looked like last year he finally combated the thing that had plagued him, which was this idea that, he locked in against the best, but kind of maybe chilled or just lost focus against lesser opponents. It looked like he fixed that last year. But the guy that I'm pretty impressed with coming out of this is Paulson Adebo, Jake. And it's looking like he's going to start opposite Lattimore. Still going to beat out Roby, still going to beat out Alontae Taylor. But correct me if I'm wrong here, Jake. The reason why Adebo's so potentially exciting is that word right there, potential.
Yeah.
Because he was someone who was basically viewed as a first-round pick, took a year off from COVID, and then so that dings his stock. And so basically getting him in the second round, I guess what I'm saying is there's huge value.
third round.
Third round. He was third round.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's huge value there. Somebody that was once out as a first rounder, you got in the third, takes a year off of football, comes back, has a strong rookie year. And Jake, you can speak to this. Like, how much of a difference is it from your first to second year in the NFL in terms of how you prepare, how you feel, and just the confidence that you're bringing to the field?
Even when you walk into the locker room, you feel different. You feel better. You don't feel like the rookie anymore, and your head's not spinning. Because even if you're playing, it still doesn't matter. Like, you're still trying to play catch-up every single day.
Yeah.
Now, I know his is a little bit different because he didn't, he did sit out a year. Like, normally you go from playing your full college season where you didn't have a break, and then right after your bowl game, the next day you go train for the combine, you play in the Senior Bowl, you go back to training, you go to the combine, you go back to training, you get ready for the pro day, you get drafted, OTAs, mini camps, training camp, season. You've never had a break. You go like 2 years without any type of a break.
True.
And so like that rookie year, once you get done, that's why I always talk about the brick wall that you hit, because you're going to hit it no matter who you are, because it is such a long process. He missed out on a little bit of that, but it still doesn't, mean his head wasn't spinning because he still was working out. I'm sure that entire time that he wasn't playing during the COVID year, he's training, getting ready for the combine, getting ready for the draft and all those things. And so everything just slows down for you. Everything becomes easier. You have time to figure out really like the nuances of the defense, not just memorize the defense. I mean, all those type of things.
Yeah.
And so you're always going to be better. You're always going to have more confidence. You're always going to feel like more of a part of the team. When you're a rookie, you feel like you're part of the team, but you more feel like you're part of the team with the rookies. And when you get around the vets, you almost feel like you're just there watching and you're just there like visiting. Like you don't feel like you're a part of the team just because, I mean, those guys have been there. They've done that. You're trying to figure out what is what. And so it's the biggest leap that you'll have. You'll have much more confidence. Even if you played, I was fortunate enough to start my rookie year at the back half of the season. And like I felt like I knew what I was doing. I felt like I really knew the offense. And I get into year two, I'm like, man, I didn't know what the hell was going on last year.
You didn't even know what you didn't know
No,
until you started to know more.
Not at all. Like there's so many like small things I could go back. Like right now, I could go back and watch tape of my rookie year and be like, man, I thought that was a tight block. I was like, it was at best. You know, just so many things that you learn within that rookie year. And it's the transition from rookie to year number 2. You're not a vet by any means. You're still a young player. They're still going to call you rook until you get vested in the NFL. But still, like mentally, it's the biggest jump that you'll have.
Well, and again, so if you're talking about that mental jump, the physical jump, combined with somebody who was viewed to have first-round talent, then combined with somebody who, because he gets drafted in the third or the first, should be very monetarily motivated to be very good and get to a second contract that will pay him a lot of money. And yeah, the ceiling on a Debo becomes very intriguing all of a sudden. And then you combine that with Marshawn Lattimore, C.D. Deuce, Marcus May, and all of a sudden and Tyrann Mathieu, and you're thinking, man, like C.D. Deuce says, and we'll get to, this Saints defense could be the best in the league, or at least in that conversation. And if a Debo can fulfill that first-round potential, then you were talking about having 2 shutdown corners, which is what literally everybody in the NFL would kill for. Other minicamp notes to wrap up here, day 2. Look, I don't think Blake Gillikin loses his job, but the Irish punter, Daniel Whelan, had a pretty good day. He had one punt that hung for 5.16 seconds, 3.48 in there as well. It caused me to look up the NFL record for hang time. Did y'all ever seen this? 5.71 seconds by Tommy Townsend in against the Raiders back in 2020.
I was about to say he's still in the NFL.
5.71. And then I got into a deep hole of looking up other videos, and I found like a 6.0 hang time. Pretty wild stuff. But also, like we're talking about punting. I mean,
when you were younger, did you try to kick it as high as you could in the air to work on catching punts?
I did not do too much work on catching punts. I mean, I would kick it in the air to catch it for fun, but not for punts. No.
Okay. Anybody, y'all, boys?
I threw it. I wouldn't just punt it. I would throw it.
Well, I just I would punt it because it's obviously it's a little bit different. It can knuckle a little bit. Danny?
No, I threw
You're
it.
a rugby player.
I keep thinking about Andy Reid punting it when he was a kid.
Yeah.
The punt, pass, and kick.
Yeah.
He was 10 times bigger than all the other
I was
kids.
always so jealous of the punt, pass, and kick kids. It looked like so much fun. I never got to do a punt, pass, and kick competition. But it looked great. And yes, the very memeable, internet famous video of a massive, like 6-foot-looking 13-year-old Andy Reid is fantastic.
I mean, he is
those
giant.
old Rams jerseys too, I believe.
Yeah.
So minicamp ends Friday. Tomorrow or today. Is today the last day? Final camp and minicamp is today, and then you enter the kind of final calm before the storm before camp this season begins in earnest. All right, when we get back here in OTB, I owe Marcus Davenport an apology. This is the actual craziest news to come out of yesterday, and we're going to play some of that CD do sound, man, as CD kept it super real yesterday after minicamp. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You want to go to All-Star Toyota. And look, whether you are looking to buy new, you're looking to buy a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get that great Toyota warranty, or you just want to rent with cheaper per-day rentals than your traditional rental companies, go seamlessly. Successions in the rental department. The bottom line is that All-Star has all of the answers for you. And look, they've got an all-star cast of employees over there, whether you're talking about the salesmen who are going to help you find the answer to what you and your family are looking for, or the guys Tommy Waggis back in the men and women over there in the service department, right? It's just everything is all-star, top-notch from, well, top to bottom. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, go check it out today. On the homepage, you'll see the rental process that we tell you about every single day. So go check it out. Maybe you need something bigger. Maybe you need the full-size SUV. Maybe you want a truck. Maybe you're hauling something. You can do all that per-day pricing on the rentals. AllStarToyota.BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean.
Poor boy raised amid turn-of-the-century New Orleans, Louis Armstrong became one of the most recognizable people on earth. Visit dropbiscuit.com today and check out the trailer to our first original series, Pops, The Louis Armstrong Story, starring Reno Wilson. Subscribe today. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake Murray, Danny hanging out with you today. If you're watching on YouTube, great to have you in the chat. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to 1045 ESPN. More importantly, subscribe to Off the Bench and the Off the Bench Overtime channels as well, and please the algorithmic gods that rule our existence. Okay, hope you're having a great day. I need to apologize to Marcus Davenport, as this was probably the biggest and craziest news that came out of Saints minicamp yesterday, as we got some details about what exactly Marcus Davenport has been dealing with this offseason. And yes, there is a right shoulder surgery in that mix, and that's all very run-of-the-mill. What is not run-of-the-mill is that Marcus Davenport literally had, it looks like somewhere, maybe right below half, but had the tip or top of his pinky finger amputated. Yes, so Marcus Davenport, thanks to the game of football, has now had to have part of his finger taken off. It's a pretty wild story. It was a finger, Jake, that he had lost kind of the ability to flex. It all goes back to a 2016 injury from the New Mexico Bowl. Bowl games, interesting there. But I guess he broke his finger in that game in some fashion. They then put a plate in it. The plate broke recently, which led to an infection. The infection required multiple surgeries. He had 4 surgeries on it before they literally just reached the, you know what, screw it, we're just cutting it off standpoint. So Davenport, you know, I feel bad for him, man. He's been putting his body on the line. And yesterday we said, like, it's tough because some guys just stay injured, and I don't think injuries are really a player's fault. I think a lot of it's just really bad luck, and you try to play through it, and he certainly has. But it just doesn't seem like his injury luck is getting any better. As he says he hopes to be ready for training camp, but obviously it depends on how the pinky that he just cut off heals.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a
lot. It's a lot to take in, right? Like, I just thought we were talking about, like, oh, he tore his labrum or, like, a rotator cuff. And, like, no, this man cut his pinky off.
Yeah, we all know the old Ronnie Lott story and him losing a finger or half his finger and trying to continue to play in the game for San Francisco.
Well,
back
that's
in the
still
day.
way crazy, right? Because that was like this. I mean, my man's pushed it to 4 surgeries. He tried to save that finger. Ronnie Lott made, I mean, he was quick to cut that
Executive decision.
Yeah.
Right there on the spot. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a serious injury. I don't know what the timetable would be for a return. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like what it would be like to try to play football. Obviously with half of a finger there. I mean,
JPP's done it very well.
I was about to say, I guess we do have someone who's had to do it before, and obviously the fireworks accident. And I forget which ones. I was trying to think like while you were talking which ones he's missing, but I know it's significant. Obviously, it's more than just half of a finger there, so he'll be able to bounce back. And that's still though that's a crazy story, and he's also dealing with other stuff as well. So it's not just the pinky.
Yeah, exactly right. And there is an actual shoulder surgery on top of it. I didn't quite realize. I knew Davenport had been very good when he played. I thought it was still, though, from a more analytical standpoint where you look at things like pressure rate, and stats that we generally don't engage in on the kind of general sports talk front. But did you realize how many sacks he had in 11 games last year? A man's had 9 sacks and 3 forced fumbles in 11 games. That is uber productive.
Yeah.
That is like, if you turn in a full season of that, I mean, what kind of contract do you get after the year? You get yourself like a Trey Hendrickson type deal.
Probably talking about 16 sacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. So, like, again, when he plays, he is absolutely fantastic. It's just, will his body betray him, or will he be able to, to finally overcome that? For what it's worth, he seems to be a bit of a stoic man. He is currently reading Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, and who knows, as he goes through all of this, having to cut his finger off, he's got a 3rd child on the way, all this surgery. Here's to hoping that stoicism can pay some dividends come fall time, as Davenport would look to be a key part of a defense that CD Deuce calls the best defense in the entire NFL. So I want you to start here with the 3rd clip in here. This comes from Jack Collada, who runs Boot Crew Media. I don't think he's a relation to Jordy, ironically enough. But this is a 6-minute video. We're going to take it answer by answer for a bit here. But I want you to start here because this is when he talks about how the kind of these Saints defense should be viewed. Here is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, a.k.a. CD Deuce.
No disrespect to him, just to answer your question. You know what I'm saying? Like, just tired of having that burden on our shoulder. What you guys can and can't do. Focus on what we can do. Uplift us. Like,
what can y'all do?
Man, you see it. We got the best defense in the league. The only team that pitched a shutout on Tom Brady in the past, 10 years? For real? Come on, man. People are dialed in this locker room. People are dialed in. And no disrespect to Tom, he's a great player. Y'all know that. He's a great player, phenomenal player. But when a lot of that get overlooked, the defense get overlooked because who we playing, y'all know that. The defense versus Tom Brady. Not the Saints. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling right now. This media stuff don't bother me no more because I feel like it's for like it's a laugh.
So I know you're not bothered, but I'm sure.
Pause it real quick. I don't know that I believe him and when he says that it's a laugh, but it does. And remember, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson said some similar things last year about how good the Saints defense was going to be, and we kind of didn't tend to believe him. And he has now taken that even further, talking about how, look, yeah, no, it's not just the defense. It's about this team. This team is going to be good. And basically he's saying that he's sick of everybody out here doubting him. Okay, now, though, I want to jump. You can keep that video where it's at. But now I want to jump to the top link on this document right here, because this is CD Deuce explaining why they lost to Tampa in the playoffs despite all their regular season success against them.
Put like this. We're confident that we can beat them in the playoffs in the regular season. We fumbled the ball to win the game. Y'all saw it, bro. Let's be real, bro. Let's call it what it is. I ain't saying no names. Y'all know what happened. That fumble messed up, right? That fumble messed up the game. And I ain't saying no names. It's football. Come on, bro. We ain't worried about none of it. If we can beat the GOAT 4 times, beat them consistently. Hold on. Let's take him out. We sweep our division consistently every year. What we worried about? Put like this.
Bruh, CD Deuce, man. I mean, he ain't. Okay, so two things there. First off, you saw Danny's head nodding vigorously during that answer. And I think he's representative of most fans never get to hear that sort of stuff, right? Who was every fan ready to kill after that playoff game? Jared Cook.
Jared Allen Cook.
For the fumble on 3rd down over the middle. It was awful. It cost you the game. But in the post game, you can't really address that. You got to kind of play the game. You protect your brother, Foxhole. You're like, yeah, we could have done this better. We could have done that better. CD Deuce basically speaking fan truth to power, saying, come on, y'all. Yeah. Y'all know what it is. I ain't naming names, but it was a fumble.
I'm not saying any names. He spells it C-O-O-K.
Yeah, it rhymes with book, not the quarterback over there. So CD Deuce giving a little, like I said, truth to power to the fan.
Look at Andrew Pete's face.
It's a bad feeling. Maybe if Andrew Pete would have been running downfield and not on the knee.
Looks like he was on the ground.
Yeah.
Probably cut or something.
What are you going to do? All right, go back to the other video now. We can play the second CD Deuce. We continue breaking down that.
I know you're not bothered, but I'm sure it motivates you. I mean, it sounds like you're motivated to.
You know what motivate me? Y'all saw me today with my son. That's what motivate me. I don't care about talking trash to nobody. That don't motivate me, son. That's my job. If I'm motivated to beat the next person, I'm just like this. If I'm motivated to out-clout or look for something to uplift, I'm good on that, bro. I don't care about that. I got a son to feed. I got twins to feed. I don't care about none of that. I don't chase none of that fame. It's going to come to me.
I do want to ask this. You said you are the best corner in the bit.
It ain't even. I ain't got to keep saying that. You see it on film. You see it every Sunday. Like I say, I respect guys in the league, but I'm entitled to feel how I'm feeling.
How much confidence does a guy like Tyron come in and bring?
It make you feel even better. Look where this guy come from. Look where Marshawn came from. You got Pro Bowlers in the room. You got no choice but to play up this expectation. And that's what I've been doing. That's what Post Madivo been doing. That's what PJ Williams been doing. Can't speak on everybody, but from our room and from my perspective, I just feel like we tired of being disrespected. If that makes sense.
Okay, dude. So CD is coming out hard for this Saints secondary right now. A couple things that I also found interesting. They were talking about motivation. basically saying, yeah, no, look, he's motivated by proving himself, by providing for his family, and the trash talk is just kind of incidental. It's not the source of his motivation. It's just what he does along the way. And then, again, you heard him talk about himself, but you also heard him talk about this entire Saints defensive back room. He thinks that they should be viewed as one of the best in the entire league and is clear. I mean, nobody's even asking him hard or accusatory questions, and he is sucking his teeth at everybody in the room. You can tell that this is a man who is clearly upset with the lack of respect that he feels the Saints defense is getting.
Yeah, no, I mean, he named his defensive back mates. He didn't even mention Marcus May, who, obviously will integrate himself into that defensive back room as well. I mean, a big-time free agent signing. And so that's the way he feels. I mean, he plays like that. He plays like that every single game. And when you look at that DB room, we talked about Paulson Adebo, certainly Tyron. We know Lattimore's a top 5 corner. I think last year was a huge year for him. Marcus May, somebody that's played at an all-pro level. You have Alontae Taylor, who's a second-round pick. Yep. I mean, you go across this
Bradley
room.
Roby's still in that mix for whatever you need him for.
So, yeah, I mean, he can say that. He can say it with his chest out. I mean, they've got – and that's part of what makes the Saints defensive back room who they are. I mean, that is a part of their game. So, no, I mean –
Well, it's like when we've seen CD play with that kind of insatiable desire over the last few years, and who did we say that he always reminded us of? Tyrann Mathieu. And now he has actual Tyrann Mathieu in the building with him. It's fantastic. I'm more excited today than I was yesterday, given the nature of CD Deuce's answers. And again, that they kind of echo some of the answers he gave last summer, and I doubted him at the time. He proved me wrong. So this time, I'm rocking with him. This time, I'm riding with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Probably my favorite person to ever come out of Florida. I mean,
he's my second.
Dorian would be first. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll give Dorian second on my list. Yeah. All right.
The list is short.
Emil says it's very difficult, like a former Florida Gator. CD may be the only one. All right, when we get back here, we might chew through the rest of that sound. Also, Omaha beginning today. I want to talk a little Joe Sloan. Keep it locked right here on Omaha begins tomorrow. Excuse me. Keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, I want you all to go check out Golf Suites. Golf Suites is new here in Baton Rouge, and if you are a golf fan, man, it is so much fun. It's a driving range with pods where they have this PGA TrackMan technology. So as you're playing, remember, this is very representative of actual golf. I mean, you're hitting off of ground level, you're hitting off of grass, but as you're playing, you have a screen in your bay, Jake, where you can play famous courses from around the world, and the TrackMan technology accurately represents your shots. Very fun, great way to practice, very affordable for the family. Check out some of the great deals they got going on. I'll be out there this Friday, 11 to 1, so come on out to Golf Suites.
Yeah, they do have stuff for juniors, but also don't forget on Fridays and Saturdays, they stay open until 1 a.m.
Woo!
So you can have a great time out there. You can have the golf, you can have the drinks, you can have the food. It is a real party over there. Golfsuites.com is the website.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has new 2021 Jeep Wranglers and Jeep Gladiators on our lot now with $5,000 off MSRP. And all new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Join 100.7 The Tiger and Our Lady of the Lake Ascension, Saturday, June 25th at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center in Gonzales.
Enjoy live music from Ted Durr, Mike Broussard and the Night Train, and Jamie Badron and the Kickin' Cajuns. Make sure you grab a delicious plate of jambalaya from the Mike Ward's Liberty Safes Jambalaya Cook-Off to raise money for the Alzheimer's services of the capital area.
The Swamp Pop Music Festival with Supreme Chevrolet,
Louisiana's country station.
100.7 The Tiger.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
At All Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Jimmy Ott and Charles Hendegriff live at Jolie Pearl for the Thursday evening edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. That's right, Game Time presented by Bet Rivers Thursday 6 to 8 from Jolie Pearl on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. T-Bob, Jake Maury, Danny hanging out with you on this Thursday. Hope you're having a great Thursday. It is the start to the weekend. Maybe get into some weekend plans. What you got going on today? Danny's going to Miami. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat that. Okay, I want to get to a couple more CD Deuce answers, and then we'll get to a couple other topics as well. All right, let's pick up right where we left off to really enjoy what was the next answer out of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Playing with this chip on your shoulder?
It's been like this since I was 6 years old. If you don't look it up, people hated me when I was in the Little League. Pretty sure these guys, people didn't like them because they were the best at they. You just get used to. We DBs, bro. What's the best athlete in the world? The DB. Why? Because we run backwards. We do everything backwards to go forward. We regress to progress in our life. Let's put it that way. We regress to progress in our life. Right or wrong, we got to go backwards before we go forward to actually get $1 out of these people. And I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about anybody who want to help us. So it is what it is.
What makes you
happy? Wait, okay. Okay, first off, are DBs the best athletes in the world? Be objective here.
I think so.
Okay.
I do, and I know a lot of people are all football meathead every time we bring this up. Basketball players are the best athletes in the world, and y'all know I'm in the minority there. But yeah, you are covering elite athletes with elite speed. They know where they're going. You have no idea, and you're backpedaling.
Is there some actual philosophical depth to what CD Deuce is saying about the backwards to go forward thing? It sounds very intelligent. And I feel myself nodding as he's saying it, like, dude, that makes so much sense. I mean, sometimes in life you got to go back to go forward. But then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, I don't actually know. What does it mean? I don't know. Maybe you got to make mistakes to go forward. Is he just talking about how physically hard it is to play backwards? I mean, look, O-line's the same way. We got to kick step backwards to drive forward, right? I mean, so I feel you, CD. So next time you feel like in your life you have a setback and it makes you want to give up, it demotivates you, just think about C.D. Deuce and what he said. Sometimes to progress, you got to regress, okay? So there we go. CD offering us up some philosophy. All right, last one here. I want you to jump to 433 in this article, or in this video, because otherwise we are going to play the sound that we already played about Tampa Bay and how well they sweep the division and all of this stuff. And that is part of the context of this answer that you're about to hear is him talking about how, he basically just feels like the Saints are being disrespected. Okay, Danny's still getting it pulled up there. Okay, so if defensive backs on the football field are the number one athlete, who's number two? Would you say? It's got to be wide receivers, right?
No,
and maybe that's why DBs get that title, because they have to try to guard them. In terms of size to speed, I would say they're probably up there.
I just think, honestly, I think there's a drop-off. I mean, it's defensive backs drop-off, and then you can have the argument. I mean, it probably is receiver, but I give him a lot of credit.
Are decathletes the best athletes in the world? Ask Bilbo Baggins. You do 10 different events. And I've always been one of the basketball guys, but I would even be hard-pressed to go against a decathlete. I mean, but then, I'm wondering.
I mean, I think Antonio Cromartie is like one of the best athletes I think I ever played.
You think
I think if you train him for this, I've seen him not pick up a golf club, didn't play golf, didn't do anything, and go out there and he shot at a very hard course. He shot like 2 over. It was the most impressive thing I had ever seen.
What?
I mean, it was ridiculous.
Damn. Golf Sunset, I don't think it has secret meaning. He's being literal. They run backwards. Well, no, he was being literal, and then he transitioned into the philosophical. Here's what he had to say on kind of how he feels like the Saints are being looked at.
Tom Brady lost a whole bunch of people. Patrick Mahomes lost a whole bunch of people. Justin Herbert lost a whole bunch of people. Do they suck? Seattle lost Russell. Come on, man.
So you feel like the Saints are being portrayed that way?
They feel like we ain't got nothing over here. Our fans know what we got, but let's just be real. Y'all see what's on TV. They got us going 8-4, 7-9. Like, what? Amazing.
I was going to say, it's impressive going 9-8 and have, 53,
impressive.
56 different starters? And
consider all these playmakers on the team. Ain't no way we should be considered to win only 8 games. And I'm speaking for my teammates. That's who I am. The team know who I am. The front office know who I am. I'm a fiery guy, like to win. I'm not here to forget the money right now, bro. I'm here to win. We ain't bring all these people in here for nothing. We ain't bring all these people in here for, CD Deuce to get a new contract. We ain't bring all these people in here for Marshawn Lattimore to get. No, we brought the people in here so we can win a Super Bowl. That's what we here for.
Bruh, if that doesn't give you a little goosebumps, hearing that sort of singular motivation, that sort of drive, I do love the fact too that the records were completely didn't make any sense at all.
8-4.
This man said 8-4.
Not Texada.
He said, exactly. He said 8-4. What did he say? 9-7. Look, we're all still getting used to the new 17-game schedule. To be fair, I do 16-game record predictions all the time. But
you can be 9-8 or 8-9. But hey, CD, I'm right there with you.
Hell no, I'm right there with you, CD. We rocking with you here on Off the Bench. Basically saying, man, look, dude, 8 wins ain't good enough. 9 wins ain't good enough. We are trying to win a Super Bowl. It's the same thing that he said last year as well. And there is an element of, I think his attitude, Jake, is probably representative of how the whole Saints locker room is feeling, where they are being counted out because Sean Payton left, and now it's Dennis Allen, because there's no Drew Brees, and now it's Jameis Winston. They are being counted out. I mean, remember, Bill Barnwell said they had one of the worst offseasons, one of the 3 worst offseasons in the entirety of the NFL. And it basically all boiled down to they went all in on a team with Jameis Winston at quarterback, and how can you trust Jameis Winston at quarterback? So this is a team that is being doubted, especially for how good they feel they are. And when you combine that chip with attitudes like CD and Tyron, that is a combustible mixture. And I mean combustible in a good way. That could be a catalyst for major good.
Hey, let me ask this to Mario, because they obviously talk a lot about it on Early Line. Win totals, like where are they at? Like, I know everybody's kind of 8's kind of
after this. I'm smashing the over
8.0
right
yes.
now.
Tampa Bay's at 11.5, Carolina's 6, and Atlanta's 5.
I'm going under on Carolina.
Yeah,
I'm going over with the Saints. Atlanta, don't care. Tampa Bay, whatever.
So after this, I'm going straight to my DraftKings Sportsbook app. I'm smashing the over after hearing CD Deuce talk like that. And remember, though, when you're talking about DraftKings, you're talking about official sports betting partner of the NBA. Any $5 NBA bet right now gets $150 in free bets if you sign up for the Sportsbook and use the promo code Baton Rouge. It's all one word, promo code Baton Rouge. They also got great same-game parlays. I mean, speaking of parlays, Jake, you had a very nice win.
Yes, playing Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, 6-teamer. It hit the other night. You can also play college baseball. Like, you can get lines on college baseball right now for the College World Series. You can get in-game lines as well. Not everybody offers that. DraftKings does, which is always fun to play a little college baseball.
So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Remember, you got to be 21. Remember, you got to be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner, Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 7867. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Devil.
Play now.
For all your car needs. Devil, DonaldSonGlassandBody.com. You can also go to DGBauto.com and go to the place where since 1977, nearly 50 years, they've been making sure that your car needs are taken care of. My favorite part, Jake, is when you walk in. This is not the lamb walking among the wolves, right? Because I reek of car ignorance. And I have been taken advantage of multiple times in my life. But I put it to the test at Depot, where I've gotten estimates there, estimates other places, Donaldsonville, consistently cheaper because they get you back on the road safely with just what you need and nothing more. They're here to maximize satisfaction, not profit.
DGBauto.com. DGBauto.com is the website. Go check it out. Go see them in Donaldsonville. I promise you, even if you're in Baton Rouge, it's worth the drive to get that kind of customer service and that kind of care for your vehicle. They're a one-stop shop. They can do it all, big, small, doesn't matter. DGBauto.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years. Front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. We'll talk college baseball with Chris Burke. We'll look at the college baseball transfer portal. Join us noon to 2 every weekday. It's Hunt and Hill on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yeah, I too cannot stop thinking about the baby back ribs bit from yesterday. It was stuck in my head all day.
I saw that our guy Van Lathan posted on his Instagram, so it got back in my mind again.
So was he being for it or against it? I thought maybe through a couple of tweets that I was seeing that he was over it, or maybe people were just linking it to him. I don't know. I didn't understand the context. Shout out Van Lathan, though. All right, as we get ready to close out hour number 1 here, we're going to kick off hour 2 with Big Deal or No Big Deal. We got a lot of topics. We got the Elvis movie. We got season 2 of Obi-Wan. We got the Braves. We got Stephanie McMahon. We got the U.S. Open. We got Arch Manning. We got Chad Simmons, KJ Jefferson, and more. Yes.
Hey, I love this question from Emil. Least likable Florida player.
Oh. I mean, I suffered at the hands of Brandon Spikes.
Brandon Spikes, man, habitual line crosser in the bottom of the pile. Like, what are you doing?
Castleton.
Why would you do that?
Castleton, the center. I hated watching that guy play basketball. Straight up.
Okay.
Basketball answer wouldn't think about that.
Yeah, dude,
okay.
I love it, Mario. Okay, we'll keep thinking about this. More next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
We also got Coach Mainieri coming up here at 8:30. Talk a little Omaha.
All right,
talk a
all
little
right.
Notre Dame. As, he was the last to bring Notre Dame to Omaha before just now. Go to GoTrosOutdoorPower.com. GoTrosOutdoorPower.com. You know we love GoTros. There are many reasons. One of the base reasons, though, Jake, is we are talking about a family, locally owned business, okay? We are a local company. We love supporting local business. If you love the show, we would love for you to support the local businesses that support us. See, it's a whole supporting circle of life here, okay? And Ghost has been out for 18 years, y'all, and they make it easy. It's more of a square, but that's fine. We call it the square of life. Okay, kind of an oval-like, I would say. But look, go to GoTrosOutdoorPower.com today. Figure out how they make it so easy. Get that hustler equipment.
GoTrosOutdoorPower.com is the website. Go check out the inventory there from Hustler. You'll get everything. GoTrosOutdoorPower.com. We make it easy.
Come on over to Corval Toyota to pre-order your next vehicle. It's an easy and stress-free process. Browse, reserve, pick up, and enjoy. It's that simple. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off new Ford F-150s. We have new 2021 F-150s on our lot now with $10,000 off MSRP. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Thursday, June 16th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect sunny skies with a high of 95. Government taco, where our pickled onions always make a taco wet. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Big Deal or No Big Deal, and former LSU baseball coach Paul Mainieri joins the show at 8:30. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN. Or watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to hour number 2 of OTB. And a few things I do want to get to this hour. We'll touch on Omaha bit as we got Coach Mainieri coming on here at 8:30. That Joe Sloan piece that Brody Miller teased yesterday released, and I think it's worth talking about a bit in terms of maybe who are the most important assistants on this LSU football staff right now. You got 1 week till the NBA draft, Mario. If you want to give us a couple names that people should be looking out for, maybe we'll get to the sentient AI. We will see. But right now, let's start. And during the summer, every Thursday we'll start in this way. Let's start with Big Deal or No Big Deal.
Big deal. Ain't no big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
All right. Big deal or no big deal? So Cannes, the movie festival, went down recently, and the Elvis movie got the longest standing ovation at the festival. A 12-minute standing ovation. Priscilla Presley, his former wife, was wiping away tears from her eyes, Jake. 12. Can y'all imagine standing and cheering for 12 minutes? I can't imagine cheering for anything for 12 minutes. But Elvis got it. And it's not have, just across the board, this movie's incredible reviews. So big deal or no big deal, a 12-minute standing O for the Elvis movie.
I mean, I feel like it's a big deal. In 12 minutes, like you said, I can't imagine really giving anything a 12-minute standing ovation. Obviously, to have Priscilla, his wife, there and, her to show her emotion maybe lets me think that she was
hugging
very excited.
She was hugging and thanking the director, Boz Luhrmann, who, of course, has done Baz, who has done Moulin Rouge, Great Gatsby. Those very heavily stylized movie, which you can see, in this preview. It's got a style to it.
Yeah, I also saw Lisa Marie was talking about so many people have gotten it wrong.
Yeah.
When trying to play my dad, this is the first one that's actually gotten it right.
It does seem to be a couple people that are close to Elvis saying that.
That's 2 really good checks for them. I hope it's good. Y'all, look, I got an Elvis shirt on today.
Yep.
I hope it is really, really good. I hope that it lives up to it. been waiting for like a biopic for Elvis, like in this way, my entire life. And so 12-minute standing ovation. I don't know that I would give anything that, but I'm glad it happened for Elvis movie.
Big deal, no big deal, boys.
Big deal. Elvis deserves to be remembered, very influential to the history of music. I was watching a video about the most important moments in music history, and I think number 2 or number 3 was when Elvis was on that talk show in the 40s and was gyrating his hips. Ed Sullivan, was gyrating his hips, and it was like such a big deal, but it was really influential to rock and roll and kind of the style of music.
Mario's thinking back. He's like, man, that was a better time before all this Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
Truth.
What's funny, though, Mario, you would have been like, this Elvis guy up there gyrating his hips. Can't we go back to the symphonies of the 20s? Unbelievable.
Beethoven playing whatever symphony that was number 1 on the list. And they also got a big standing ovation.
Okay. Danny, what about you? Big deal or no big deal?
Big deal. It seems like it's going to be a really good movie. But the clapping, it seems like people are like trying to outclap each other.
So that's why, with the specific ovation, I'm with you, Danny. Yes. Yeah.
So like, I'm going to clap longer than you. Yeah. I'm going to stand longer than you and show you that.
And
got
so,
that feel over it.
The ovation itself, I'm going to go no big deal. Because it's con, like Danny said, there's a lot of social posturing going on there. But that doesn't mean I'm not excited for the movie. Which, by the way, I think next week, boys, right?
June 24th, but
Look at today, son.
It can be seen on June 21st, I think, in some places in Baton Rouge.
Okay, so either way. But next week, what I'm saying is there is a Team OTB Elvis movie coming.
Oh, without question.
So, Jake, I know we made the trip for Top Gun. Where are we seeing this one? I'll let you choose, since I don't view this as a necessarily
I don't think it has
spectacle.
I don't think it has to be on the IMAX.
Then again, it is pretty heavily stylized and everything.
It's got a lot of music, for sure. Look, the theater you brought us to was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing.
It's just far from where you live.
It's just really far. I mean, Danny talked about packing a lunch next time he comes. I mean, it was just out there. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. All I know is I will be seeing it at the first opportunity that you can. It is wild. Real quick, last point on this. Austin Butler, the actor who played Elvis.
Yes, that was.
So he's still talking like Elvis, like with a Southern accent, and people like, hey, what's going on? He's like, man, I put so much time and effort. I put 2 years into this accent. He's like, it's not going to be part of me forever. He said, but it's something that like is part of me right now. Like, he's like almost can't get rid of it.
Bro, Baz Luhrmann was first attached.
Who doesn't want a good Southern accent?
He was first attached to this movie, directed back in 2014. To give you an idea of how long these things
Remember,
take
this
to
is
come
kind of
about.
like the first like star who got COVID was Tom Hanks and his wife. They got it in Australia filming this movie.
Big deal or no big deal? So, from the beginning, if you're watching the Obi-Wan miniseries, it was planned as just that, a limited 6-episode miniseries. Episode 5 was a banger yesterday. It was so friggin' sick. Episode 6 is around the corner here, but it looks like there could be some momentum for season 2, right? While they were certainly saying that that this season was planned as a single season, Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen had this to say about getting to play Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker once again. He said, I hope it's not the last time I play him. I had such a great time doing this. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I misread. This is the Ewan McGregor quote about Obi-Wan. I hope it's not the last time I play him. I had such a great time doing this. I'm sure we can think of a few more stories before I turn into Alec Guinness, don't you think? Ewan McGregor also said he had a ton of fun playing Anakin again. He'd love to come back. And the director said, while the vision was for a standalone miniseries, that, she thinks there are more stories to tell. So, is the idea of a season 2 of Obi-Wan a big deal or no big deal?
I think it's a big deal because it's gotten me watching Star Wars. I watched last night. I'm up. You get to choose 1 hour TV before you go to bed because you got to get up early.
That is the choice now.
I went Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. I'm enjoying it. I think it's really well done. I didn't know the characters like coming in outside of the main characters, but I don't feel like that was necessary because it gave me a great recap of everything.
Yeah, it gets you up to speed very quickly.
I'm good with it. No, season 2, sign me up. Big deal.
I will say this. I'm going to say no big deal now because it's still very heavily rumor, but I would obviously be very excited. I'm going to watch because I am loving the show, and I think Deborah Chow and everybody's doing a great job. I'm a little on the fence about telling too many stories because sometimes part of the appeal of some of these guys are their kind of relative unknownness, but let's see how they land this plane in episode 6 to determine how excited I will be. Boys, do y'all care either way? I mean, y'all haven't even watched yet, right?
No big deal for me. Not really.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it
yet. Jake, the Braves have won 14 games in a row. Big deal or no big deal?
I'll say no big deal. I mean, 14.
Damn, it's 14, son.
I know, 14 in a row. That's guys. So that's great.
Getting up there near record territory.
In any sport, obviously, but it doesn't matter because it's the regular season. Now you're the defending world champion, and you've got a bullseye on your back every time you go out because you should when you're the world champion. I think it's no big deal for me, T, because I was a part of 2 franchises, as you know, that won 11 games in a row both times and didn't win a playoff game.
Yeah,
it's the regular season. It's nice. Now, the Phillies are playing well. The Mets are playing well. The Braves are playing well. The NL East has been really, really deep so far this year. So I'll say no big deal. When we get to the playoffs, we'll start talking about it.
Emil McClellan asking, was Elvis the original thought? Good point. I hadn't thought about that. Big deal or no big deal? Stephanie McMahon out in the WWE. And it comes at a time when Shane McMahon's already been forced out. Triple H has seen his power reduced, and now Vince McMahon is being investigated by the WWE for a $3 million hush money pay that he gave to a former WWE staffer that I believe he had an affair with. Big deal or no big deal? Stephanie McMahon out in the WWE.
I mean, it feels like a big deal. I don't watch wrestling.
I don't either.
Haven't done it since
and I just stumbled upon this story
the
last
early
night.
2000s, but
it feels like the McMahons are being forced out. Like there's a lot of talk on Twitter. This guy Nick Khan, who took over a couple of years ago.
Isn't that the Jaguars owner's son?
I think so.
He came over from CAA.
That's why Urban Meyer was doing skits with Chris Jericho last offseason. Yeah.
But I thought Khan had to do with the AEW.
Maybe he's taking over WWE.
So we obviously need more research into this, but I will say this. A lot of people on Twitter just kind of looking at it and other like wrestling blogs and stuff seem to think that the McMahons are finally getting ousted out of their own creation. So, I mean, big deal. How many great gifts? I mean, Vince McMahon is a notorious a-hole, like one of the biggest in human history. But damn, he gives great gifts and memes. I mean, who doesn't love Vince McMahon memes?
If they are all out, there's serious meme potential with the video of Stone Cold stunning every single member of the McMahon family.
There you go.
He got Linda, he got Shane, he got Stephanie, and he got Vince.
The memes never end.
All right, so I think it's just a different con.
Yes, there are 2 different cons.
I was about to say.
Common name.
Like, what are we doing here?
Tony Khan and Nick Khan. I don't know. And people say maybe Nick runs AEW. No, now they're saying no, that's Tony Khan. I don't know. It's tough now. And I don't think the McMahon's own anymore because I'm pretty sure the WWE went public. So that's how they could get ousted. Big deal or no big deal? U.S. Open begins today. Little PGA versus Liv. I think it's a big deal to people who care.
It is.
I am interested somewhat, but it's still push come to shove, not a big deal to me.
Like, my father-in-law's probably, staying home from work to watch the U.S. Open. Like, and if you love watching golf, this is a great one. I mean, this is where underdog stories can really rise to the top in the U.S. Open because it's, obviously a different path to get in to the U.S. Open. I bet you Paul Mainieri today on his show is going to talk a lot about the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
So people are passionate about it. For them, it is a gigantic deal. For me, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Well said. Retweet what Hester said. Not really interested, but a lot of people are.
Yeah, I don't watch any golf.
I mean, it is a literal civil war in one of the major professional institutions in our country, which is wild to think about and see. And I'm loving some of the bitterness that it's creating, the answers between one another. But I don't know that I'm going to actually watch the golf, which I guess would mean that I have to say no big deal.
Let's go Sam Burns.
Arch Manning visited Tuscaloosa once again, as this time he was on an official to Alabama. He already did official to UGA. His official to Texas is on the way. Big deal or no big deal that he's back in T-Town?
It's no big deal. He's not going to Alabama.
You don't think?
I don't think he's going to Alabama. The dynamic of the Mannings and Coach Saban would be interesting. I don't know how that would play out.
Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians?
It's not even that.
Too many cooks in the kitchen?
Different personalities. I mean, it's always felt like Arch was going to Texas. That always felt like, to me, the leader in the clubhouse. I thought Clemson would have had maybe more of a shot as well. I think it's no big deal. I don't think Arch is going to Alabama.
What about this? Chad Simmons of On3.com thinks that Florida still has a shot at Arch. Big deal or no big deal? Of course, On3 and Simmons, the guys behind rivals, then 247, now making On3 to be their kind of, to use all the lessons they've learned over the decades. And maybe they're just trying to make waves here, but saying that he thinks that Napier in Florida has a shot.
I also can't see that one.
Okay.
It feels like Georgia or Texas. I can't see anybody else. Alabama would be the third, I guess. Like I said, I thought Clemson would have more of an in here. Florida.
Clemson's brand is way down.
I think Billy Napier is a very, very good coach. I mean, when he was hired, I remember talking to CD and just telling him, our time that we had him here on the radio and just what he did at UL Lafayette. But I don't know. I can't see that one.
Scared money don't make money.
You love that.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a big deal, this Florida stuff, because I'm with you. It's Texas, Georgia.
I agree. Maybe it's a big deal that he went to Tuscaloosa. I feel like Arch and Cooper respect Nick Saban in Alabama a lot. I don't think he'll go there, but I wouldn't completely rule it out.
I'm with you. I don't know that I completely rule it out, but if I was a betting man, I would put money on Georgia or Texas. I actually, I am a betting man, and I just put money on the Saints win total, a rather large bet for myself as well, over 8 after listening to CD Deuce. I have the DraftKings Sportsbook app right here on my phone. If you don't, you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use the promo code Baton Rouge. That's promo code Baton Rouge, and a $5 bet on the NBA game tonight will get you $150 in free bets, okay? It's that easy. They're the official betting partner of the NBA. Also, check out the same game parlays, right? If you just got one game to watch, but you want to make a big payday, have a little excitement, you can do a small little bet, throw a bunch of legs in there, win a bunch of money. Somebody turned 5 into 5K the other day. So again, that's DraftKings Sportsbook app, promo code Baton Rouge, all one word. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. That's 7867. Big deal or no big deal? Talking about KJ Jefferson, Arkansas safety Jalen Catalon was talking about KJ Jefferson and said, quote, he's the quarterback of this next generation. He shows that every day with his preparation.
I mean, we've seen quarterbacks like him before. He's a good quarterback. There's no question about it. I mean, he is a good quarterback. But, I mean, it's not like we've never seen a quarterback with his size and his mobility and his arm strength before. I mean, we've seen it in the league, and he's a very good player. So, no big deal about, like, the quarterback of this next generation. I think it's a big deal that Arkansas is probably going to be a pretty good football team. When you look at who they have coming back, I think they're going to be good.
Does KJ Jefferson make Arkansas better than LSU?
Not
I don't think so. That game last year, I mean, you had to gift wrap it for Arkansas to win it, and you did. You absolutely did. There was that loss is one of the more disappointing losses. If it would have been a better season, it would have cost LSU something. It would have been up there, but it was still highly disappointing. You go back and you watch the tape of that game. LSU did everything they could to hand Arkansas that game.
Okay, worst loss last year, Arkansas or Auburn?
I'll say Auburn just because the streak's over.
The streak, they had some implications. And Bo Nix on 4th down. Both of them you blew. Yeah. You blew both of those games. Like, you really only got your tail whipped one time outside of the bowl game, and that was Kentucky. Kentucky beat you in every facet of the game. At every level, they beat you.
They drove me to drink an entire 5th of mezcal. They broke me. I mean, they beat me, and I was
like Arkansas,
hundreds of miles away watching
Arkansas,
on television.
You handed that game over. Auburn, you handed that game over. Alabama, you had multiple chances to win that game as well. UCLA, I mean, really only one time you got dominated. You didn't make the plays. You didn't close out 2 games that you had no business losing in Auburn and Arkansas.
Yeah.
Edward I guess Ole Miss did. Ole Miss got you pretty good as well.
Yeah, Ole Miss beat you.
Ole Miss beat you pretty well. Yeah.
Big deal or no big deal? Last one here. Don't look now, boys. New Orleans loves a winner. The Breakers are in the playoffs. They're playing this Saturday against who, Mario?
Tampa Bay.
There you go. The Bandits.
Or no, Birmingham, excuse me.
The Stallions.
They just beat Tampa Bay last week. Jesus, Danny.
Are you going to watch? Big deal or no big deal? Breakers in the playoffs.
Big deal. They got New Orleans in front of it. They're in the playoffs. Hope they show out.
Danny, big deal or no big deal?
Big deal. Put on for the city.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You two just gave the least emphatic big deals I've ever heard in my entire. You gave so much more context and passion to no big deal answers in this segment than you did the thing that you just tried to claim you care about. You don't care about the Breakers. Neither of y'all do. It's not a big deal.
I guess you missed my impassioned screw Tampa Bay rant at the start of the show.
Was that off air or on air? I don't.
That was on the air and
Okay.
off the air.
Oh, I thought it was off the air as well. I still don't believe you, though. You've watched like one series this entire year.
And now it's the playoffs.
Okay, time to lock in. Old fair weather Breaker fan. What about you, Jake?
Couldn't care less.
Okay, yeah.
Couldn't care less about the USFL. No disrespect to them. There's great people, I'm sure, in the league.
Okay, I do think I could care less, though. I will say that. Like, I'm vaguely interested to the point where maybe my TV finds the game at some point on Saturday. So I don't know that I could not care less, but I don't care very much. That is
Actually, oddly enough, because typically the only reason like I don't care is because I like my football in either major college football or NFL. I am really excited about the XFL coming back. It actually feels like they actually have the foundation that you have to be able to succeed as a minor league, even though it's professional, you know what I'm saying, minor league football league, because like we've never had one that had this good of a foundation to be able to build on.
The only element to me working against the USFL is that they're coming to fruition right at the time when college football is actually being professionalized in a lot of ways.
You're saying XFL?
Yeah, sorry, what did I say? USFL. Yeah, no, sorry, I mean XFL.
You will have a player that's a freshman stud, and if the rules are the same, you might have players go to the XFL if they offer them. I know NIL deals are still there.
I thought that would have happened. Now I'm not so sure.
I know, but I know NIL deals are there. But if they start making crazy money, like maybe it's not the NIL, maybe it's the $500,000 NIL guy.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, Dwayne Johnson just called me. He's like, I'll give you 2.5 to come play in our league.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it could happen, man. All right, when we get back here, and that would be one way to actually get people to watch.
Because, the G League has high school players that go straight to the G League instead of going to play in the NCAA, and they get drafted from the G League. You might have players drafted from the XFL.
And you've seen them go to Europe and stuff. Again, I wonder if this changes, though, paying college basketball players. We'll see. When we get back, quick segment, then we got Coach Mainieri stop by, talk a little Omaha. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Hunt, and Hill, the early line. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has new 2021 Jeep Wranglers and Jeep Gladiators on our lot now with $5,000 off MSRP. And all new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust.
ESPN and Guarantee Media bring you Drop Biscuit Studios. It's a southern home for storytellers. Visit dropbiscuit.com today and check out the trailer to our first original series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story, starring Reno Wilson. Subscribe today. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
If you believe in it, I'll do it, though. Jake's, I've been on a cold streak gambling-wise. Jake's trying to help me out here with some MLB
I'll look
picks.
at the other odds.
He's been hitting
the odds. Now, those three teams, they're going to win, but
Padres,
Blue Jays,
and Phillies.
Yes.
So do you watch these baseball games after you gamble on them?
Oh, yeah.
You do? So
I have the MLB package.
So what do you have it rolling on, your phone or just in a
Both.
TV in your house at all times? Or
Phone,
maybe an
iPad, TV.
Yeah, you and Megan making money.
Yeah, Katie's always like, why are we watching the Giants and Royals? Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely feel Katie on that. Okay, what about Game 6 of the finals tonight? We got a couple minutes here, and then we're gonna go to breaks. We get to Coach Mainieri next. Game 6 NBA Finals tonight in Boston. Obviously, the Warriors after the huge Game 5 win, which Steph Curry did not have it, trying to win Game 6. Steph Curry coming back from having his 233 games in a row with a 3-made streak broken traditionally. I think in the 9 times that he has gone over from the three-point line, he comes back and shoots like 46% the next game. So it feels like Steph Curry is set up for a big game tonight. And what a statement it would be, Mario, if Steph could go into the Garden, a place that Winning Time and Adam McKay, the HBO show, just showed us for decades now, has been a place where you go to die. Like you get intimidated. Like it is supposed to be one of the hardest places to win in the entirety of the NBA. And if Steph could go in there, play well, win another championship without Kevin Durant, and finish his infinity gauntlet with finals MVP. Well, I mean, then Steph Curry, he's already a made man, but then he's a beyond a made man. Like, not even the hottest of hot take artists can go after Steph Curry for anything at that point.
No, this would be his 4th ring, and I really think the Celtics blew an opportunity in the last game with him shooting the ball so bad, and I think they're in for some pain tonight. The Celtics, just as a team, are kind of spent too. I don't know if y'all saw the last game, but towards the end of the third and fourth quarters, Jason Tatum, his legs just looked really tired, like he's out here throwing up air balls. I think the Celtics are a little spent. I'd be a little nervous if I was a Boston fan tonight.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but for all the love on the Celtics defensive front, weren't the Warriors the number 2 defense in the NBA coming into all this?
They've held them to under 100 points 2 times in this series.
Yeah, and they have completely shut down Jason Tatum.
Andrew Wiggins has been huge. It's crazy that they essentially replaced Kevin Durant with Andrew Wiggins and are about to win another championship.
Yeah, well, what do you mean when you say crazy? Are you saying because it's a massive step down? Or are you saying crazy because Wiggins is still very good? Because we didn't know Wiggins was good at the time.
No, it's no disrespect to Wiggins. It's just a credit to the Warriors. Like, it shows how good of a coach Steve Kerr is. Like, different styles of winning throughout this dynasty, and now they're going to get their 4th ring with this specific team. And Klay Thompson hasn't even been good most of the season.
And Draymond's been awful.
Draymond's been terrible. He was a little better the last game.
Yeah.
He had 9 assists. He was, like, serviceable. But Steve Kerr, I don't think, gets enough credit for what he does as a coach.
So you think that the Warriors shut it down tonight?
That's what I'm hinting right now.
Jake, what about you?
Game 7, hopefully. So I'm
really?
hoping.
Why? Just because?
Just because I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it's going to go 7 games.
Game 7s are fun.
Game 7s are fun. NBA, that's when it's at its best.
Hell yeah.
Game 7s.
In the finals, that'd be intense.
Well, and if you do make it to Game 7, then you have the added storylines of the Celtics. You know, they were down 3-2 against the Bucks, and they came back and won both games. They had to go into Miami in Game 7 and win. Like, you would have a Celtics team that has been forged in the Game 7 flames in this playoffs alone. What's going on there, Jake? You look a little upset with your phone.
No, just trying to reset my phone a little bit. I got a new phone. It's kind of giving me some issues. I'm trying to find you some winners with value, so I'm trying to look up the spreads for tonight's game, try to give you some winners. And, you know, when you get a new phone, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And this has not been easy. And I messed up, apparently, and I got the storage that is like 128, and I'm used to like the 250, and I thought I ordered the 250, and so I'm having to like go through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Also, I don't
get, don't get, like, if you don't have memory, you won't get text.
I thought it was just all backed up in the cloud, though, at this point.
I'm trying to do that. It's been like 2 days, and it's just spinning. Soul spinning.
It's time to call a quickening of the Apple geniuses. Mario gets that. It's a South Park reference. All right, when we get back, Coach Mainieri, keep it locked, OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8553. Let's go more and more Cartman as it continues. Oh my gosh, go to Central Plumbing today. My bathroom. That's a great episode, the WoW episode. Probably my favorite episode of South Park. And if you, like Cartman, were to have some explosive situations and you clogged your toilet, well, you already know who to call. If you break your toilet in some fashion, your plumbing, your sink, your shower, whoever, whatever, water heater, okay? You call centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. The Lightspawn insured, flat rate pricing, great warranty once the work is done. They're local. They're the experts doing it for 50 years. Centralplumbing.org.
225-925-8552 is the number. Like we tell you every single day, they're ready for whatever project you have, no matter how big, no matter how small it is. They can handle it at your home, at your business. They've got you covered from every single angle. Check them out online, centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, Front-to-Back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
For a Thursday edition of Early Line, as we preview Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the Warriors trying to close it out, and the College World Series set to get underway in Omaha. Join us 2 to 3 p.m. Early Line, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. If you like our next guest, I know I do. I know we all do. And I am talking about the LSU legend, former head coach Paul Mainieri, as Omaha is getting underway tomorrow. And, another one of Coach's teams is in the mix. Coach Mainieri, what's going on, man? Thanks so much. I know I hit you up last minute. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, no problem, T-Bob. I'm up here in Omaha already and looking forward to watching some good baseball. I'm very sad that the LSU Tigers are not here with me, but now that I'm a spectator and I'm not going to stress out quite as much about the game.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to enjoy myself. Going to play a little golf up here in Omaha this afternoon. I've never done that before.
Heck yes,
Nice.
man. So real quick then, off the top, how is first year out the game? I know it's such a drastic change. How's it been?
T-Bob, it's been fine. There's been days obviously where emotionally it's been kind of hard because when you do something for 40 years, your routine pretty much locked in, and then all of a sudden you're not doing it. I miss the players. I miss the big games, the excitement. I miss winning championships and all that goes with all of that. But there's some aspects of the game that I don't terribly miss. It was just part of it. But I've just thrown myself into playing golf. This is amazing. I'm going to give you an amazing statistic. Right? For 15 years as the LSU coach, I was a member at University Club Golf Course. I played exactly one round in 15 years. But since July, I've played 120 rounds.
Coach, that's living the dream, man. That's awesome, dude.
You'd think I'd be getting better at this game by now, right? But I'm stuck in the throes of a mediocre golf career.
Well, okay. So maybe a mediocre golf career, but there was once a time when you brought the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to Omaha, something very rare in that school's history. How's it been for you watching from afar, watching Notre Dame fight their way back in, fighting through Lindsey Nelson and that insane Tennessee team?
Yeah, I was really brokenhearted about seeing Tennessee get beat next week. I'll tell you. Wait, listen, when you're a retired coach, it's very allowable to express your affection for the various schools that you work.
Yes.
When you're coaching LSU, nobody want to hear about Notre Dame or Air Force Academy or St. Thomas University. But when you sit back and you reflect on your career and you realize how fortunate you were to work at 4 wonderful institutions, and of course the last one being the best. But I was very proud of my time at Notre Dame. I was there for 12 years, and when we went to the College World Series in 2002, it was the first time Notre Dame had appeared in the College World Series in 45 years. So as you might imagine, it was quite an accomplishment. We had to do something very similar to what the Notre Dame team did this year. They went to Tennessee, of course, and Tennessee was the unbeatable number 1 team in the country. Well, in 2002, we took our Notre Dame team to Tallahassee, Florida. Florida State was 59-8, and had won 25 in a row, and had won the conference tournament and regular season. So they were unbeatable, except we beat them. And we came to Omaha, and it was a great accomplishment. Ironically, we had a 20-year anniversary reunion of that team up in South Bend in early May, and here, lo and behold, that this year's team makes it 20 years later. So I'm very proud of them. I'm happy to have had a small part in developing that program, and I just felt like I needed to come up here and celebrate with them.
So, Coach, I read a great story where you actually talked to the Notre Dame team last year, too, after their exit. I think it was maybe against Mississippi State, right? And I think you drew some parallels to your own earlier Notre Dame team, which, one had lost in similar fashion and come back big the next year. What lessons do you impart upon those teams from year to year? And is that something that LSU can look to build on as, they had a lot of good, but they had their own sort of disappointing exit this year?
Right. Well, not being involved in fall baseball, I tried to keep busy, and I did a little traveling. And in early October, I went up to South Bend, Indiana, to visit my son Nick, who works at the university, and got to see my grandson and daughter-in-law. And we walked around campus the day before the football game, and I got a text message from Link Jarrett, their current baseball coach, and basically said, "I hear you're on campus. Can you come by practice today?" So I did. I didn't expect it, but he asked me to speak to their team, and I did. I explained to them that 2002 is when we took our Notre Dame team.
Yeah.
But in 2000, we were sent to the regional in Starkville, Mississippi. And honestly, at that point in my career, I had never been more proud of a team, the way that they just left it all out there on the field. We played 5 games in 3 days. The kids played remarkably. And at the very end, we lost on a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning of the if necessary game after we had split 2 games with Mississippi State. So on one hand, it was this heartbreaking, terrible defeat. On the other hand, what an experience it was for our players and for the coaches. And that kind of grew our team and matured them, hardened them, and gave them experiences. And I told them that I watched that series, and it reminded me so much of my team back in 2002. Well, 2 years later, we went to the College World Series, and I predicted to them that they would grow from that experience, that they would use it as a positive, and that they would be ready to kick the door in the next time it presented itself. And I thought it would be this year, and lo and behold, here they are. But I promised them that when they get to Omaha, I would be here to root them on, so that's why I have to be here. And I will tell you this, that if I had any disappointments when it was at LSU, T-Bob, when I first started there, my second year, we went to Omaha, but we didn't win it. And I thought the experience of being here in 2008 really helped us win it in 2009. And then when you looked at the rest of my career there, it was like we went to Omaha every other year. And had we gone in consecutive years, I felt that we could have won another championship or two. but because we went in 13, and it was new to us, the new ballpark, and I think that, we just were a little bit nervous, a couple things we couldn't figure out kept us from winning. And we went in 15, and we went in 17. Had we gone in 14, and had we gone in 16, maybe we wouldn't have won it, but I think it would have helped us win it the next year because of the experience that we would have had. So it's one of the little regrets that I have from my time at LSU.
Coach, I want to ask you about a wild stat in college baseball. Since 1999, Miami did it. No number one overall seed has won the College World Series. I mean, you're talking about 20-plus years. True. It's not going to happen again this year with Tennessee being knocked out. Like in our sport in football, if the number one seed in the college football playoff went 20-plus years without winning it, it would be a wild stat. I mean, I can't even fathom talking about that. So what is it about college baseball that the number one overall seed has not been able to hoist a national championship trophy?
Well, Jacob, it's crazy, but, you've heard this forever, that baseball is a great neutralizing sport. If that pitcher out there on the mound can control everything, and even though the other team may be a little bit better than that team, the team with the better pitcher can sometimes upset the other one, or things just bounce their way. Usually in football, the team that's better will end up finding a way to win. In basketball, just because the athletes can determine that. But there's so many variables in football, bad bounces and bad umpires calls and, the great pitcher on the mound and so forth. But I'm glad that stat is still there, because when we were up here in 2009 and we were meeting Texas in the finals, Texas was the number one overall seed. And they had the day before press conference, and Augie Garrido, of course, was a great Texas coach, and he had his three players, and I was there with my three players. And one of the reporters asked me, if you had a choice of who to play, who would, in the finals, which team would you have wanted to play? And I said, I wanted to play Texas in the finals, not because we felt we had a better chance to beat them, but if you're going to win a championship, you want to beat the best. And Texas is the number one overall seed. And if we're going to win this championship, I wanted it to be against the best team. Well, then the reporter asked me, well, do you feel any undue pressure here? I said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, Augie has 5 championships and Skip has 5 championships. And if Augie beats you guys, then Augie's going to have one more than Skip. And also, Texas has 6 national titles overall, and LSU has 5. So if you guys can win, you'll tie them for second most of all time. Wow. And I said, listen, I have no doubt that Augie's going to be back to Omaha and probably win another championship. It's just not going to be this year. I cannot let that happen under my watch. And fortunately, we were able to win that series. And Augie and I laughed about that, but I was very confident that we could take those guys, and we finally ended up doing it.
Absolutely fantastic memories from Omaha. You are boots to the ground in Omaha right now. Coach, we thank you for coming on this morning. Wish you best of luck on the Lynx later today. And how will you be taking in the games over the next couple of days? Just going to be hanging out in the stadium?
Well, I will. I'll be at both games tomorrow. Of course, I know LSU fans don't want to hear this because we don't like the Aggies in Baton Rouge, but my former player, former assistant coach Nolan Kane, is coaching third base for the Aggies. So we'll go to that game for a little while just to show Nolan our support. But tomorrow night is the big one as far as I'm concerned. I want to see the Notre Dame Fighting Irish beat those Texas Longhorns. And we're gonna go to the opening ceremonies tonight. We're gonna go to the games tomorrow. I was fortunate enough to get a couple of seats in nice, comfortable, air-conditioned suite because it's awfully hot up here.
Yeah, well deserved, well earned, Coach, for a life in the game. You have a great day, man. Hit him straight today.
Okay, guys, good to be with y'all.
Thanks,
Coach.
for
calling.
Man, always fun catching up with Coach Culinary. I love too that now he's entering the portion where you can start to get some of those stories. We need to start having him on more and kind of drawing those out, I think, a bit. All right, when we get back, closing an hour 2 OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. You got questions, we got answers at All-Star Toyota. Whether you are looking for answers that's like a brand new car, a Toyota certified used vehicle, you get a great deal, but you still get that Toyota certified warranty coverage. just want to rent, go on a vacation, Disney, whatever the case may be. Maybe you're not a weird Disney person like me, Universal, whatever it is, right? You want to go to Hogsmeade. Don't put miles on your car. Rent a vehicle, okay, with cheaper per-day rental prices than your traditional rental companies. And maybe find out somewhere along the way, Jake, that, I love this 2022 Sienna. I want to get in the minivan gang. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Yeah, I know it's not school year right now, but once the fall comes around, like if you want to be the talk of the town and you want to have some ease, you get that Sienna minivan. You know why? In carpool, you're going to be the legend. You don't have to worry about car doors slinging open, hitting other cars. I mean, you just push the button, as T-Bob knows, slides right open.
Oh, yeah.
You're in, you're out, saves you some time. Murdered Out Mini. Go check it out, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit GarciaDidMyRoof.com.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off new Ford F-150s. We have new 2021 F-150s on our lot now with $10,000 off MSRP. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Saints wrap up minicamp, and the U.S. Open gets underway. We'll talk about all of it. 3 to 6. Join us. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Funky Town. That's what Omaha's going to be over the next couple days. There's no LSU in Omaha. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I never do, except when I do. But I will not lie to y'all. I'm not going to act like I'm going to sit here and watch all of the games in Omaha. But I am, there might be an undercurrent of college baseball in the house throughout the weekend, right? like checking in here or there. Ooh, exciting 8th or 9th inning. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen here. You were talking about yesterday, Jake. You're not terribly interested in any of it now that LSU is out.
I was.
Well, I thought that's what you said. Am I putting where? If that's not what you said, that's on me. I apologize.
No, I think that might have been. Maybe that was Mario.
Might have been. We say a lot.
I actually, because of the show on 84, I have to watch every one of these games.
Oh, well, we were talking yesterday, and I thought you were saying that you could care less. I thought that.
I would never say I could care less.
Or couldn't.
Because,
Yeah,
that's.
I get what you're saying. In many ways, though, I would argue that.
No, I actually am for LSU not being there. I'm actually pretty excited about it because you've got like big brands there, but they're all underdogs almost.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like that's kind of interesting to me. Yeah,
yes.
Like Texas A&M and Auburn were not supposed to be there in the preseason. Oklahoma and Notre Dame both felt like they should have hosted a regional, but they did not. And so they're playing with the old chip on the shoulder, which I love that as well. Like Stanford's number 2, but nobody's giving them credit for being number 2.
It's true.
Ole Miss, the last team to get in that large bid. Texas, who we thought would be like the number 1 team all season long, in the middle portion of the season, they kind of just disappeared, and then they found their way back. So you've got like big-time Power 5 programs, no mid-majors in here, but it's going to be kind of wild because nobody's really the leader in the clubhouse. When you look at the actual odds of who's supposed to win, it's actually kind of crazy. Who do you think has the least odds to win, like the lowest odds to win?
Okay, it's probably Auburn.
Mario?
Depending on the book, Oklahoma or Auburn.
Danny, you want to take a guess there?
Ole Miss.
Texas A&M at plus 900. Okay. Number 5 overall seed, second highest seed in Omaha, plus 900.
What if you hit a plus 100? Hey, just throw $5 on the end. Like, why not? Right?
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What? Plus 900?
Plus 900.
Well, damn, son. Go to AggiTempBR.com. Where'd you get that AC? From AggiTempBR.com for all your AC heating and electrical needs. Don't take our word for it, though. Look. We would not lead you astray. Okay. We love local business, but don't take our word for it. Look at AggiTemp's online reviews. That service to the highest degree is not just a tagline. It is a core mission statement that they live every single day. That's why they have a 4.9 Google review rating. Go to AggiTempBR.com.
AggiTempBR.com is the website that as soon as you go there, it's going to pull up a chat window. So if you need to have any kind of maintenance done, if you need to schedule something, if you have a question about anything, they can answer it right there on the website. So maybe you can't get to the phone. Well, you can do it right here on your computer. Go to AggiTempBR.com, AggiTempBR.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Thursday, June 16th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 95. Your forecast brought to you by Government Taco. Government Taco, where our pickled onions always make a taco wet. Coming up on OTB, Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 9:30 for Munchies. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN. Or watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Still thinking about how bad that step-up rain scene was yesterday, dude. Can't get out of my head. Hour number 3 of OTB.
Joke's on you, step up 2.
Damn it! So it gets even worse in step-up 3 then, is what you're telling me. What is better dancing, Step Up or Magic Mike? I disagree. It's Magic Mike. Welcome back to OTB, though. Hour number 3. The weekend is here. Any plans, boys? What are you going on? Danny, you're taking off for Miami after this. Congratulations to you. I hope you have fun. What are you getting into, Jake? I guess maybe we should slide this or save this for sliding into the weekend tomorrow. So I'm thinking that what we're doing.
Let's just ask young Danny. And then we can answer tomorrow because we'll be sliding into the weekend.
I guess that's fair, but no Thursday plans for anybody here. Danny's flying out. No Thursday plans for you?
I'm working.
Chilling. Nothing for you, Mario?
I'm doing a PA for the Rougarou tonight.
Oh, okay, dude. Let's go. Go check out the Rougarou tonight. Mario on the call. So you're going to get laid tonight?
I guess so. I'll get
man.
laid outside the gate.
They hand you a Hawaiian lei when you walk in the game. And then obviously you will, let me think. So, do you get the Hawaiian shirt? Has Ronnie told you yet?
I think I'm gonna get a T-shirt. I don't know if I get a Hawaiian shirt.
If Jumbo doesn't give you the Hawaiian shirt, that
are you supposed to do something?
That'd be a sticking point.
Shirt?
Sometime at some point. Is kind of what
I think. 2 games to do PA.
2 games? Come on, dude. What are we talking about here? I ain't doing no 2 games.
It'll be nice to get some fresh air.
1 game for fun. Yeah, family, bring the kids. Sure, absolutely. Rougarou, a great time if you're looking for something to do with the fam.
I heard they got like insane deals on like cheeseburgers. So
really?
Yeah. So Mario,
are you
okay?
So
Mario's like, tell me everything.
It's such a believable bit here by you, Danny.
No, I'm being dead serious.
Okay, that's what I say because I could see that. Like if I'm trying to attract people to my summer league baseball team, great cheap concessions would be one of the draws. Mario, working the game, maybe you say, look, I don't even want the Hawaiian shirt. What I do want is unlimited cheeseburgers, okay? It's like Fogo de Chao. You have your card on green. You're like, look, when this wrapper goes empty, I expect another burger to be loaded up right afterwards. I don't want to have to walk to grab a single burger tonight. Just keep feeding me.
Someone just put the burger in his mouth. He doesn't have to eat it.
Is there a way, so it's PA, so you're not calling the game live on any streaming or anything? Is there any way that we can watch this? Oh, man.
I don't think so. You got to come out to Goldsby Field.
Okay. Well, I expect a burger count out of you in the group text later. I want to know how many burgers you eventually get down. How many burgers are you planning on getting? If I challenge you to eat 5 burgers tonight, can you eat 5 burgers while working a Rougarou game?
5 is maybe aggressive. Maybe 3 to start.
He ate 17 pizzas.
That was on a. That
Did
was
he 17 cc's?
That was different circumstances.
Why? Being hungover, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, well, you can get drunk like right after the show and then get hungover by tonight if you really need that to push you.
I could. I'd rather wait for the weekend for that type of eating.
Well, okay, you say 3. I said 5. Let's meet in the middle. I need you to eat 4 burgers tonight, okay?
All right.
And if you're a real man, you'll push to be legendary 5. Remember, I just told you on Sonic on Tuesdays, I used to go 5 for 5. Slam them things, okay?
Right.
Can't imagine a concession burger is going to be too heavy either. You're not going to be dealing with some like half-pound patty. So are we all in agreement, boys? We need Mario to come back here tomorrow reporting that he ate 4 burgers?
At least 4.
Well, calling the game, at least 4. I agree.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, the gauntlet, the cheese-laden gauntlet has been thrown down.
You got any big plans tonight, T-Bob?
No, man. I am just caught in this wonderful, in many ways, but infinite loop of trying to catch up on TV, right? I mean, I've still got an entire season of Stranger Things to watch. I think I've still got like 2 or 3 episodes of The Boys to watch. Like I'm still rewatching the Obi-Wan episodes because I've been loving those so much. So like I am not complaining. It is wonderful, but like Jake said, generally it's like 1 hour of TV before it's bedtime. And that 1 hour, it just, I haven't really sat down and binged anything super hardcore in a while. And there's, I'm still kind of ongoingly obsessed with Stardew Valley, which may be my favorite video game of all time. I just got to year 2.
You have time to play video games?
I mean, you see me here after the show, right? So about like, I'm logging in like when and where I can, right? So like 30 minutes after the show yesterday. Okay, that's generally the unwind period. Throw it on, play a couple days.
Oh, it's not on like a game console?
No, it's on my laptop. It's on my laptop. So it goes everywhere with me. And I don't need internet for it. So I can play it literally anywhere. So like yesterday, randomly, my wife decided to take the kids out. Okay, well, Dad's got an hour by himself. Let's ride, dude. A little Stardew, a little here and there. So yeah, we're finding it on the edges, man. It's like anything else in life. I am not the biggest fan of people saying they don't have time. I think the more honest answer is I don't feel like committing the time to doing that right now. I'm not saying that you have unlimited time. Obviously, you do not. But if you really if I really wanted to watch Stranger Things more badly than I want to watch Obi-Wan or these other things, I could have. I've been obsessed with shows to the point where I'm catching snippets of it. Like while I'm on the toilet, I'll watch a few minutes, and then working. So I could, but I just haven't. Even though I'm sure Stranger Things is great and I've heard it's great, I have not yet wanted to commit the time to doing it. But I will. Ozark is still floating around there in the ether somewhere as well. My wife just watched that crazy Latter-day Saints documentary that's out on Netflix right now. Have you ever?
I've heard a lot about it. I need to watch it.
It's pretty weird. It's pretty unbelievably weird. I've kind of listened to the background while she's been working and watching, and I don't understand how in today's day and age it is that possible to brainwash people, but this man brainwashed some people. If you're into cult stuff, I would say it is probably very well worth your time. Besides Obi-Wan, Jake, have you been diving into anything recently?
Peaky Blinders.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You just finished.
I just finished Peaky Blinders. The ending obviously had a twist to it, but it left it open. Even though they said they're not doing any more seasons, it did leave it open. I heard there's a potential movie, maybe, coming out of Peaky Blinders. Maybe a spin-off series.
I want to say, I feel like there's been a few Netflix shows that have turned into movies. Is Demon Slayer originally a Netflix anime? Because they had a movie that came out during the pandemic and actually did well by pandemic box office standards. You had Is Downton Abbey or is that BBC?
BBC, but so is Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is BBC that goes on Netflix after that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And Downton Abbey is getting their movie right now. So, yeah, I could see Peaky Blinders maybe being around the corner as well. A couple of topics today that we did not get to yet. Okay, for a tier list today, we're thinking about doing one today. Since Paul's going to be in here tomorrow, no one can really do the visuals like Danny can. However, we didn't necessarily, we have a lot of good ideas to do, but we didn't do the legwork that we needed to get. Jake came up with the idea of 80s movie villains. That is fantastic. But I don't want to half-ass it. I want to have our villains ready to go. We can think about it. If I need to do research on some of these villains, I want to be able to speak on it a bit more. And so, with that in mind, are y'all okay with doing a very sportsy tier list today? Arguably an unexciting one. Easy science, kind of in our wheelhouse a little bit. I see a bit of hesitation as the idea is mentioned with you, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, which way are we going?
Going
here?
very simple here, man. I'm thinking an SEC football tier list.
Oh God, no, that's terrible.
I don't know though, dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, where does LSU? We had the KJ Jefferson thing, a big deal or no big deal. I'm like, where does LSU actually rank in this thing?
SEC quarterbacks, maybe.
Yeah, we could go quarterbacks. Yeah. I mean, we could do both. Honestly,
we've done that before.
But that was a different year. Different. Every year in college.
I was just saying.
Graduate.
I was just
transfer out.
Bruh, I was just reminding you that we did that idea before.
Danny's been saying bra a lot lately.
And
I'm a bra.
Didn't we have KJ Costello in the S? And I believe that I victory lapped after he torched LSU for 500 yards, and then he was benched 2 weeks later, and it did not work out. So, yeah. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you take some shots, and it just doesn't work out. Okay, so you're not into it, Jake. You don't want to do it.
I'm down to do a tier list. I just think that's
Yeah, but any other tier list that we're gonna do is gonna be Danny having to
Here's the deal.
T-Bob. You're saying no tier list at all.
You can actually look up some pre-made tier list categories, correct, Danny?
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
A lot of them are
they're already the
Korean
legwork's already done.
Korean influenced.
It's Team Ricker is they're definitely Asian. They're definitely an Asian company, I think. There's so many anime tier lists and so many.
Okay, is there? Show me then a templated tier list during the break here. Try to find one, Jake, if you want to, or Danny. Find one that we can just plug and play, and I'm down to engage in that science if we think it applies. If not, we're gonna have to fall back on ranking the SEC.
By the way, I've got the wheel of SEC names for if you want to do it next segment. I mean, we're supposed to have the pop quiz day.
Okay, we can do pop quiz day.
I got it ready.
I actually didn't read about the SEC in my Lindy's yet, unfortunately. So you will be getting me with this is a true pop quiz. This is a no-study pop quiz.
I once quizzed Flynn on all the SEC coaches. Out of the 14, he got, I'd say 6.5, but I gave him 7 right.
I wonder how many coaches I could get just blind right now.
Get them all. What did he call him? Gus Chiswick or Gene Malzahn? I think Gus Chiswick is where.
I mean, honestly,
where Flynn landed on the Auburn head coach.
Gus Malzahn and Gene Chiswick that different.
I gave him
feeling?
a half a point. Yeah, one's an offensive guy, one's a defensive guy. Yeah, so they are.
I mean, they kind of feel like the same Auburn
in
coach
what
in
way?
A lot of ways. Just that they both made national championships. Outside of that, they were both kind of disappointing.
One won, one didn't.
Yeah, no, for sure. But look, you got both names.
One wears sweater vest, one wears the shirts with the sleeves with the different.
Yeah, both names start with G. I'm just saying there's a lot of similarities there.
The argument in court is not holding
Gus
up.
Chiswick, 3 syllables. Gene Chiswick.
Yeah.
Gus Malzahn, both 3 syllables. I mean, it works. I'm just saying, dude. It does make a lot of sense. All right. So we'll do pop quiz when we get back. See if we can determine a tier list. During the break, I'm going to attempt to name all 14 SEC coaches as well. We'll report back on how many I get.
And we got Munchies.
And then we do have Munchies with Chef Michael Johnson coming up. So keep it locked right here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
Go to airflownow.com, airflownow.com. Get that Tiger Air insert for your hard hat. Okay, it's a little tiny little insert you put in the top of your hard hat, and you turn it on, and it makes your body into a walking AC unit for 8 hours straight, y'all. So in this Louisiana heat, okay, it can be a literal safety issue when you talk about working with a hard hat on, because when you get hot, it leads to mental, physical mistakes in all those workspaces. That's a very bad thing. Give your employees the best. Give them what they deserve. Give them this Tiger Air insert from Airflow now.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how small this thing is, 3.5 ounces, but it definitely packs a punch. I mean, it's got different speeds. And if you can see there, I mean, it's got different ways that the AC is going to come out of this thing. It's going to make your hard hat an AC. It's going to last for a full shift. So this little thing does pack a serious punch. It's also waterproof. That is a key component of the Tornado here. Go to airflownow.com to learn more. airflownow.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Poor boy raised amid turn-of-the-century New Orleans, Louis Armstrong became one of the most recognizable people on Earth. Visit dropbiscuit.com today and check out the trailer to our first original series, Pops, The Louis Armstrong Story, starring Reno Wilson. Subscribe today. OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right. Welcome back, OTB. Ryan Bird says there's no such thing as science on OTB. Wrong. We are literally the only show on the air that has debated the accuracy of carbon dating. Okay? We are, without a doubt, the most scientific show in all of Louisiana.
There's not even debating that.
By the way, not to brag, but I did.
In no way should you brag about this.
I did just name all 14 SEC head coaches. So, got him. All right. It's a pop quiz, though. You're going to hit that. So we're going to spin the wheel, see what random SEC team it lands on, and then Marty's going to ask some questions. I will try to provide, and of course, Jake doing a serious show.
Whoa.
You literally have a team full of actual paid producers that put pages upon pages of information in front of your face every day.
That's only Hugh Morris on the SEC channel. That's not every producer. And I no longer do SEC radio. I'm on ESPNU now.
And years of SEC
So we have
radio.
to talk about every school
I feel
from
you.
Seattle to Miami
That's great.
and everywhere in between.
So
in every sport.
In the run-up to college football, we're going to start doing these pop quizzes where you give us a random team and we try to talk about it. I will go first, given that I'm not probably going to know anything. And again, Jake, with his inherent advantages, will likely know more.
Are you trying to be rabbit me right now?
Look, dude, I'm just laying out the landscape for the people. Okay, let's spin the wheel, Danny or Jake. Who has the wheel?
I got the
spin the wheel.
I got the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
All right, I got to wait till it comes up on the screen.
Click to spin. It is on the screen.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at this screen.
Yeah, no, wrong screen.
Yeah, me dead.
Grow up. All right, the wheel is spinning. It's a blue and yellow SEC wheel, and the winner is.
You like that?
Okay, this one's pretty chalky. It's Texas A&M. Okay, it's easy. Mark, what questions you got? Ask us anything. Ask me anything.
Texas A&M. Who is the coach, the quarterback, and an impact player for the
Okay,
Aggies?
Jimbo Fisher, coach. Haynes King, probably going to be the quarterback. Him and Max Johnson competing for that job.
Can you tell me the highly touted freshman that is also somewhat in that quarterback battle?
Eli Holstein. No, I'm just kidding. He just committed to Bama. He was committed to A&M.
Almost.
I don't know that I can even name another Texas A&M player outside of Max Johnson and Haynes King. No, I am not exaggerating, Jake. This is exactly what I was talking about. I didn't read the SEC section of Lindy's. Okay, I don't know.
It's fine. You're not going to get there.
Kellen Mond.
Connor Wegman. So it's fine. He number 2 overall quarterback in the country coming in last year. So very talented quarterback room in College Station. We'll see how that plays out, right? Because whoever wins that job between Max Johnson and Haynes King, the other one's going to be very upset. And the other one's going to wonder what's going on here. If you're Max Johnson, you left a starting position at LSU to go to A&M.
Yeah.
And if you're Haynes King, you were the starter. You're from the state of Texas. And if Max beats you, Max has probably 2 more years.
I know one more player. Jake Johnson. How about that? Max's little brother, tight end extraordinaire. Big boy. Once committed to LSU before Jimbo and A&M pulled off the coup and took Big Shot Brad from us. Or what is it? What's his Trick Shot Brad? What's his name online?
Big Bad Brad.
Big Bad Brad. Big Bad Brad.
Do you know who the defensive coordinator for A&M is?
It's not Elko anymore. It's not Dave Aranda.
Former head coach.
Of who? Is that too on the nose?
Can I give him that as a hint? Former head coach of Maryland.
I like the way you say Maryland.
Durkin?
Yes.
DJ Durkin's a D coordinator?
Yeah. You remember we talked I mean, that was a long time ago.
Okay, there you go. I mean, I say a lot of things, dude. In one ear, out the other. Okay, record prediction on A&M. Or maybe not even a record prediction. Where do you think they fall? If you don't want to do the tier list, where does A&M fall in the SEC West hierarchy?
By the way, impact player Anaya Smith for me, if you're wondering. He's kind of a running back / receiver, slot guy, can do everything that they need him to do. Prediction. So for me,
Alabama won. We all agree.
Oh, well, you want me to go like through the list or just
No,
what A&M?
not through the list, but I'm just saying Alabama's obviously won.
Here's the
so
deal
where
with
does
A&M. We
fall?
talked about it on Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. A&M can't circle the Alabama game on October the 8th. That's the most important thing for them because if they do that, they're not going to get to that game undefeated. Now, their schedule, it lines up pretty nice because non-conference-wise, you don't have anybody of value outside of Miami because look, App State's a good team. App State's a good program. I think you'll take care of that game. Like it's not going to be an easy game. You can't just roll the ball out there. I understand that, but you play Sam Houston and you play UMass. UMass, me, Mario, Danny, and you, T-Bob, could go out there and we'd give UMass a hell of a game. Okay?
Dude.
They are that bad.
I once watched UMass beat the Northwestern State Demons to advance to the semifinals in Natchitoches many, many moons ago.
Okay, well, this isn't many, many moons ago. This is 2022, and
Probably
they've
20 years ago.
moved up to the FBS from the FCS.
Well, I saw it, though.
So App State, App State's App State, good program. I don't think A&M has trouble with them. Like, the key is Miami, too. Like, how good's Miami going to be? Everyone is drinking the juice when it comes to Miami being back, Mario Cristobal being the coach. Nobody's better suited to be the coach of Miami than him. Like, we've heard all those narratives.
John Ruiz.
That game's going to be at home. It's in College Station. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what Miami can do. When you look at the rest of their schedule, though, you feel like they've got some games, some opportunities. At Alabama is a game that everybody's going to talk about, but they still got to play Florida. They're on the road against Auburn. They're on the road against what? Why are you putting that little finger up in my face?
Answer me this very simple question, because you're stalling here. What does A&M finish second in the West?
It's not called stalling. It's called actually going in depth of the team that you're talking about. So you just don't give.
Who wants in-depth coverage? It's not what we're looking for. We're looking for takes. Hot, steamy, fresh out the butt takes, okay? Does Texas A&M finish second in the West?
No. But
okay.
if you would have allowed me.
So now you're getting me all hot and bothered. Why not? Now go in depth.
But if you had allowed me to have my argument, have my conversation, now it's like, you just gave the answer.
It's like watching Stephen A. and JJ Redick right now.
Game by game. Wait, okay. So who finishes second then? Because that is fascinating to me. I mean, it's still hard for me to say that A&M won't finish second in the West this year.
I'm not ready to give you my full prediction, but I can tell you A&M's not going to finish second.
Hey, look, these are summer takes, so they are not binding. I'm not going to
That's
hold.
not how I
We cannot
work,
hold
though.
you to these on June 16th, but it can be range finders, right? You can kind of get an idea of where your head's at.
That's not how I work.
Okay,
I'm just going to tell you that they're not going to finish second. Like, if you want to give a couple of candidates that could finish second, LSU certainly in that category. Ole Miss is certainly in that category. Now, when you look at who Ole Miss has to play out of the East, we know they play Vandy, but they do have to play Kentucky. They get Kentucky at home. Kentucky, look, I know people give me flack all the time because of how much I talk about them, but they're a good football team. They're a good football program. They won 10 games just like Ole Miss did a year ago. So you start looking at what Ole Miss has. It's like, okay, that's Vandy, Kentucky, not awful. Here's what's awful about Ole Miss. In a 3-game period, now they got a bye week in between A&M and Alabama. They're at LSU, at A&M, Alabama, and then if you want to throw a fourth game, at Arkansas.
Are we being homers if we say that we think that LSU could finish second in the West? I'm so hesitant to trust myself since the last 2 years.
This isn't even an LSU. Yeah, this isn't an LSU conversation. This is kind of looking at some of the other teams, and there's some things that Texas A&M has got to get figured out as well. Like, all those 5-star players aren't going to play right off the bat.
No doubt about that.
So I know a lot of people want to point to that.
That probably pays dividends, a couple years down the road, even next year more so.
You know who has a schedule, and somebody brought it up earlier. It might have been Emil. And Sam Pittman told us this at SEC spring meetings. He's about to get the extension, and he was talking about, he's like, yeah, and my athletic director for a second year in a row rolled this schedule out there because last year they had the toughest schedule in the country. How about this schedule this year? Non-conference, they've got Cincinnati, they've got BYU, and they've got Liberty, okay? Sheesh. That's a pretty good non-conference schedule.
Those are all good
Cincinnati
teams.
In the playoff a year ago at BYU, by the way, and Liberty is somebody that 2 years ago won 3 ACC games.
I told you, I just watched that Latter-day Saints thing, or my wife did. You can't go into Mormon country and expect to come out unscathed.
Their road games at A&M, at Mississippi State, at Auburn, and at Mizzou within the conference.
So Arkansas may be good, but their schedule may hold them down. All right. So, I mean, look, I think
well, tell me why you think A&M is going to be the second best team then.
I mean, I guess to your point, after 8-4 in a year in which you beat Alabama, it feels hard to stand up here and kind of pound my chest and say that I think they're going to be. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe the answer is that it is just completely wide open after Alabama. And then maybe you have groupings like A&M, Ole Miss, and LSU in a grouping, and probably even Arkansas in that group, though the schedule maybe bumps them out of there. But yeah, maybe it's just impossible to say. Keep sweet, says Devin Steve. Yeah, really weird.
They're going to have A&M's going to have a true receiver step up. Anaya Smith, somebody I talked about. Anaya Smith is like that guy that you use in every situation. I wouldn't call him like a pure receiver. Like, he's going to line up everywhere. Last year, Jalen Watermeyer, the tight end, was their leading receiver with 515 yards. Anaya Smith was their second leading receiver with 509. A-Chain, the running back, was third. So you see what I'm saying? Like, they haven't had like a pure number one receiver, and they need that. Like, you have to have that. And so Max had that with Kayshawn at LSU. If Max wins that job, like, he needs that guy to step up to help him out.
Is the West more wide open for Brian Kelly than we originally realized? Now that we're kind of talking this out? Huh. And I mean, obviously outside Alabama, which whatever. We know what Alabama's going to be. All right, so Texas A&M. There you go. A little preview therein. When we get back, let's do some Munchies with Chef Michael Johnson.
OTB, OT.
Go to GEAUXroof.com, GEAUXroof.com. It's Go Roof. That's what it spells, right? But there's a reason why they spell GEAUX, and that's because they are from the community, okay? And so they just want to make sure that the community's roofing needs are taken care of. That is why they offer free professional estimates. It doesn't cost you anything up front to get a health checkup on your roof, learn exactly where you stand. Once you get that free estimate, and you realize what it's like to work with them, right? The professionalism, how easy it is to set up a time. Trusting who's coming out to your home, trusting their opinion when they give you the estimate. And then for free, you learn, okay, you got nothing wrong, you got a little thing wrong, you got a big thing wrong that needs work immediately. You get that information for free. Once work begins, everybody's licensed, bond, and insured. But most important part is they stand by their word. A 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. Okay, so peace of mind at every step of the way. Go to GEAUXroof.com. Beautiful new roof every shingle time.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Jimmy Ott and Charles Hendegriff live at Jolie Pearl for the Thursday evening edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. That's right, Game Time presented by Bet Rivers, Thursday 6 to 8 from Jolie Pearl on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of.
OTB, OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Danny, you're being... Just put in the S, okay? Just put in the S, and we'll do the knife fight later. We'll see where we land on all this. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to OTB. Looking for some Munchies questions in the chat as we got Chef Michael Johnson up here on the radio. Chef Johnson, what's up, man?
What's up, Bill?
Just hanging out, man. Enjoying another beautiful Thursday. And Keaton Barrett wants to ask you, hashtag Munchies. Please give us your best fresh fried gator preparation and recipe.
Usually, like, I'll take some gator and soak it in either milk and ice it. And milk I like the best because it has some enzyme in it, and it helps break down some of the tough tissue. And it kind of lends itself to the creaminess of the texture of the meat as well, you know. And ice it as well to keep it nice and cold. And then I treat it like speckled trout or any, you know, like frog legs. I like cornmeal. Sometimes I'll get fancy and use like a blue cornmeal or something, you know, like a heritage grain corn instead of just your normal yellow cornmeal. And I turn the fryer down a little bit lower, like 325, 330, something like that, instead of going too high. I like to cook it a little lower because gator meat's a little tougher.
Yeah.
And when you cook it slower and lower, it comes out slightly tender, you know, a little bit more tender because it can tense up and get kind of tough.
Hey, Chef, let me ask you this, and this one's from me, not inside the chat.
Sure.
Why is it so expensive to eat healthy? Like, when you are trying to eat healthy,
big question.
They make it so difficult. I mean, you'll get like one little half basket of groceries, and it's like, oh, that's $2.70 right there.
Yep.
Like, why is it so much more expensive?
I think it's just the law of supply and demand. You know, the more people want it, the more marketable it is, to be honest with you. And, you know, like if you want organic produce, some of that's driven by shipping costs right now. You know, and you know, the understanding that the gasoline is high. Gasoline really, you know, is not the problem. It's the diesel fuel, you know, and diesel fuel is at a real shortage right now. And it's not, you know, I've done some research on this, and the recovery of diesel fuel is not looking promising at all, you know, and this could be a turn for electric vehicles, and I imagine there's some politics behind that as well, but I'm not going to get into that. But all that impacts it, you know, and I mean, there's places where all natural products are grown and done so efficiently, and then they have to ship them out from there, you know, like we don't have too many organic or you know, that type of produce around here. People grow good produce, don't get me wrong, but most of the organics come from the West Coast, and so shipping that stuff in is expensive. And then, you know, like all natural cows, all natural pigs, all natural products. So there's an attrition to it, right? So if you are growing an all natural product without hormones or without the antibiotics, stuff like that, they get sick, and so they have to get kicked over to a different program. So they don't kill those creatures. They put them into a normal program where they do feed them antibiotics. So if you start off with 100 creatures of whatever nature, and you know that through the raising process, one is grass-fed beef doesn't get as big as quickly, so it takes longer to grow that animal.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, instead of selling 1,000 head every 6 weeks or 6 months or however long it is, you're only selling, you know, 1,000 head every 8 months or 9 months, and so there has to be a capture of the dollar, right? And so that drives some of it as well. Some of it is marketing and branding. You know, there's definitely companies out there who know that they have a good name, and they'll charge a premium price for their brand just because they can, and people will pay it. That's an unfortunate part of it right there. Like they have the capability of making the products available, and they're doing it at a premium because of their name. And that, to me, is the biggest travesty. I think all human beings should have the availability of having something and not having to pay for a brand name. And that's the unfortunate thing as Americans, is we will.
Yeah.
Chef, you an econ major?
I mean,
Sheesh, dude.
let's
go.
I don't know
spent
if
a
you-
lot of time and energy in that.
I asked the question hoping he could give us an answer. My goodness.
Hashtag Munchies. Has Chef ever watched any of Liver King's content? Have you ever seen the Liver King on Instagram, Chef?
I have not.
What would be your reaction if I told you that this man just eats like pure raw liver for every meal every day?
Well, I mean, outside of calf liver, I'm not a huge liver fan. I just don't, there's things that you can make with liver, pate, for instance, that I enjoy, but liver in itself is just, it's not something that I seek after. It's just a really strong, bitter flavor. And, I'm good. He can be the liver man. I'll be me.
Hashtag Munchies. He is pretty jacked, though, Chef. What is the best food you can use as a bowel cleanser?
Fiber. You know what I mean? Like celery, for instance, has a lot of fiber in it. Anything that you eat that has fiber is going to, help you push through.
Hashtag Munchies. Sorry.
I was just saying, a lot of people have high protein diets, and protein breaks down and doesn't have the same stuff in there. So fruits and vegetables are the best thing for it. Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. What's your favorite method to make a taco wet? This is in reference to our new ads about making wet tacos.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm.
Just read the list. Sorry, go ahead, Chef.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with the phrase of a wet taco. I apologize.
We weren't either until they started making us do these reads. Hashtag Munchies. Manual can opener, electrical can opener, or bare hands when opening a can?
It depends on where I'm at. If I'm at the camp, brother, I'm going barehanded. I'm gonna get the knife out and go. Even if I have a can opener available, you just kind of have that feel like you got to stab something and go man on it or something. I don't know. No, we have manual can openers here. Those electric things they reliably break down. It is not a matter of they do. They reliably break down. So.
Hashtag Munchies. Is potato chip crusted fish gimmicky?
I think maybe a little bit, but I like it. I don't like the Cheetos stuff. I like just a normal, regular potato chip. A Ruffle or something like that. Just something normal. Because frying it in a potato has a validity to it. But like the Cheetos stuff, that's gimmicky to me. I'm not gonna. I don't like that.
Yeah, like a hot Cheeto crust or something along those lines.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. Okay, this one's for me, Chef. I'm doing a pork butt over the weekend.
Okay.
A butcher shop that I would normally visit is closed down for a little bit here.
Okay.
Where would you say I should get my pork butt?
And you guys know this. I buy from specialty places. When I go purchase for myself, I'm kind of spoiled in that nature.
Yeah.
You can get really affordable, really good quality stuff at Costco. And I'm not plugging Costco. I have in a pinch gone to Costco myself and found the quality of products that I need. And then if you like local stuff, I've been to Rouse's a couple of times and found pretty good stuff at Rouse's.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not, there's nothing special about relationships there or anything else. That's just me being out and being a human being and interacting with people. Those are just places that I've gone to and had relatively good products with them.
Okay, hell yeah, dude. Best brine for chicken breast.
I like a sweet tea brine. So you make your salty sweet brine and you steep tea while you're making it, and it creates this really earthy, flavorful, meat, and it's not nutty, but it's earthy, and it's hard to explain. But I like to brew sweet tea, and then make that salty with the brine.
Wow.
And you flavor it the way that you want, and it really lends itself well to a smoke. Like if you smoke sweet tea brined wings, holy cow, man! I mean it's probably a 2.5 day process, but when you get it done, Ooh, man.
Damn, okay. 2.5 days, pretty intimidating, but okay. You've tempted me here. Lee Smith, hashtag Munchies, best recipe for homegrown eggplants. Nice job, Lee. Homegrown eggplants.
When it comes to eggplant, like if it's not like a ratatouille, then I'm probably just going to, it's like just a pure and simple Parmesan, with it breaded, fried, remove the skin. I don't like the skin on eggplant, even though it has value and fiber and all that stuff in it. I just, when I eat eggplant, I like the tissue. I like the soft flesh. Here's some pointers for eggplant though. Like female and male eggplants are completely different, and they taste completely different. So a female has a lot of seeds, obviously, and it turns out a little bit bitter. And you can tell the sex of an eggplant by looking at it. If you lift the eggplant up and look at the end of the eggplant, it is either going to have a round hole or an ovular hole at the end of it. And the ovular hole is going to be the female, and it's going to be noticeably softer. So those noticeably softer female plants have more seeds in them. They break apart easier. They're a little bit more bitter. So you can avoid that by buying the male eggplant. And also, if you do end up with some of the female eggplants, a good way to get rid of the bitter is to take them and soak them in salt water for a little while, and it kind of draws some of that bitterness out. They float, so you have to put something on top of them to keep them down in the water. You don't want them to be in there overnight or anything of that nature, but maybe an hour or so, just enough for that water to penetrate and the salt to penetrate and pull some of the bitter out.
Dude, that is fascinating on multiple levels. So you're telling me that the females and males are just sold all mixed together, right? In the grocery
absolutely.
store? Oh, wow. So you have to be aware of what you're buying. Also, it's funny to me because in sexting, the eggplant has traditionally been a male emoji. But what you're telling me is out of all the vegetable kingdom that it may be the most male and female, like it is some of these strictest
lines. You could have
lines.
been sending out the wrong impression the whole time, brother.
Wow. I mean, there you go. Danny, you got to be careful with that eggplant usage in the future, okay? As Mario and Danny both point to one another. Hashtag Munchies, best cheese. Wow.
Oh, man, that's tough. I definitely have some favorite cheeses. So I tend to go to blue cheese. Like I love Port Salut. I love Brie. I like soft cheese. Like, it's tough to say favorite cheese or best cheese because there's like soft cheeses, there's hard cheeses, and they're all individual to me. Like they're of their own. But I think probably one of my super favorite cheeses is called Gorgonzola, and it's a Gorgonzola style cheese that's made at Rogue Creamery in Oregon, and it's made in a cave. So Rogue Creamery has for the past couple of years had the best blue cheese in the world voted, and the Gorgonzola is not it. They have, I think it's called Caveman Blue or Big Boy Blue or something like that. But I really love the Gorgonzola. Like you take it out and it just smells dank, and it's like it smells like good solid blue cheese, and it's soft and creamy. Gorgonzola is definitely one of my favorite cheeses.
I do love the dank. I do love a soft cheese. I would say that if I were to answer that question, any kind of soft cheese is generally where I end up falling. Now, there's room for hard cheese, but push come to shove, I would take the soft kinds mostly.
I really love like an ash ripened goat cheese where they cover the goat cheese in ash and put it's not a film, but like an outside to it, like it gets firmer on the outside than it is on the inside, and it helps ripen the cheese.
That sounds
ash ripened goat cheese is really good.
Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef for LSU Athletics, every week gives us all this Munchies information. Sometimes, deep, economic, very thoughtful answers, and sometimes just talking about smelling that dank. Chef, you have a great day, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Former pilot, Chef Michael Johnson, never forget. A man who stays young at heart. And if you want to feel younger physically, right? You're like, man, I feel young. I just, in my head, my body don't, though. Well, let Rejuvenate Medical help your body get there and really help your mind get there as well. So if you want to feel like your younger and best self, okay, go into Rejuvenate today. Go get that free consultation. Go ahead and you're going to meet with the lifestyle specialist. You're going to draw your labs, okay? Your body's going to tell them where it's deficient, where it needs some help. Maybe HRT's for you, maybe it's not. The point is they're going to customize a plan for you. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, male or female. They will customize a plan for you to get you back to feeling like your best self. So go to rejuvenamedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. We'll talk college baseball with Chris Burke. We'll look at the college baseball transfer portal. Join us noon to 2 every weekday. It's Hunt and Hill on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Miami. South Beach, bringing the heat.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Women wins $5.2 million from Geico. After contracting.
Women or woman?
Woman
Okay.
wins $5.2 million from Geico after contracting an STD in a car. Wow.
Hell of a loophole.
Yeah, how does that work?
Because she got it in the car, I guess.
And she originally asked for $1 million payout, was denied. They took it to court, and she won 5-2. What? She argued that the HPV infection should be covered by the policy?
What?
Unbelievable. Hey, shout out to that lawyer. It's like the very famous example from when you're younger, your parents are like, it says caution hot on the McDonald's coffee because the woman got burned one time and sued for millions. Hashtag Ask the Benchman. Ask the Bench brought to you by Cold Curse Light. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Feeling like a cold Curse Thursday here. Ask the Bench. Do you think that believing in destiny requires accepting that the vast majority of people have no meaningful destiny? No, because destiny does not imply inherent greatness. It just means that you were destined to do something. You can be destined to, have a normal life.
That's deep.
Are you smoking your pork this weekend or slow cooker? Or the pellet grill. We're going to be smoking that thing, man. Hashtag Ask the Bench. How many Super Bowls would Peyton Manning have won if you would have ever been played for a coach that knew more than him? So how many would he have won if he ever played for a coach who knew more than him?
I don't know. I mean, how many would he have won if Tom Brady wasn't born?
Yeah, I think that's probably the better question, right? Because he knew more than Fox, right? And he still won a Super Bowl there.
Everybody I've ever met.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think that plays. Ask the Bench. Shouldn't the word abbreviation be shorter?
Abbrev.
Yeah, I never thought of that. But you can't do ABV. It's already taken.
True.
It's alcohol beverage content, right? Or whatever.
There's some people abbreviate almost every word. It's just it's part of who they are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do feel the irony here, though, that abbreviation is not a shorter word.
Whenever we name our boys, it's okay, who's going to abbreviate this to what? What's it going to end up being?
Hashtag Munchies. Do you like wet tacos or crunchy tacos? I do prefer a soft taco. Oh, ideally not too wet.
By the way, my older brother, we're not going to be able to get in.
What do you dispute? You can get it in during live.
OTB, OT.
What do you dispute?
He reminded me we once saw a sign in Compton on our way to a LA Galaxy game, wet burrito.
Okay. Now, wet burrito's a thing. Isn't that when you covered in queso, maybe?
So, maybe wet tacos is not that far-fetched.
Shoot, dude. I mean, government's not, that's what I would do. I'd say, make it wet, and then you just pour queso all over the top. Sounds freaking great.
I got a picture. I'll show you.
Do some
of a burrito, not a taco.
Go to PagePlusUrgentCare.com, PagePlusUC.com. 8 locations in Baton Rouge, 9 overall. Plenty more opened up around the corner. For life's unexpected moments, they're the absolute best. If you are a business and you need your occupational medicine needs met, go check out the Patient Plus in Mid-City. The facilities, just like if you're a regular person, but if you're a business facility, separate from the pack. Patient Plus Urgent Care.
PagePlusUC.com, that is the site. They're going to be convenient for you in that inconvenient time, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. every single day of the week. Patient Plus, get in and get better.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Join 100.7 The Tiger and Our Lady of the Lake Ascension, Saturday, June 25th at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center in Gonzales.
Enjoy live music from Ted Durr, Mike Broussard and the Night Train, and Jamie Badron and the Kickin' Cajuns. Make sure you grab a delicious plate of jambalaya from the Mike Ward's Liberty Safes Jambalaya Cook-Off to raise money for the Alzheimer's services of the capital area.
The Swamp Pop Music Festival with Supreme Chevrolet,
Louisiana's country station.
100.7 The Tiger.
kids have staked out their place at